Ladies and gentlemen and ladies, good evening. I am Styrofoam Ralph. This is Cups and the Gang live from the motherfucking hot box. This is the motherfucking Thursday night smoke rally. You know I got the gang here with me. Bleed blue for the shoe. Nap Nation, what it do? My dog Jay Lethal in this motherfucker. And you know I got my dog live on the ones and twos right now, currently playing Madden 25. My dog, Radical Jack, Cactus Jack, Bird Gang in the building.
Put your ones up. Put your
Put the
ones up.
ones
I
up.
see him. Y'all see him. Big
And you
Jalen.
know I got my dog currently getting that cardio in right now. My dog L Residente saying Jose representing live in the flesh. You already know. My brother, what's going on, man?
Y'all already know my guys. What's happening with you?
Ain't nothing. So, this the Thursday smoke rally. Before we get too far into the sports, the hot box is an all-encompassing podcast. So there has been an executive order now because there's been speculation, but now it's real. There has been an executive order signed to do away with the Department of Education.
Woo!
Would you
No.
like to just give a quick couple bullet points of what the ramifications for that would be, El Residente?
Yo, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? First of all, I would like to come from a factual standpoint when I talk about things. So I'm gonna switch my laptop on. Just walked in the house, but so as Cups mentioned, our current commander in chief, the president of the United States, um, Donald J. Trump, has been actively trying to dismantle the Department of Education since his last tenure, actually, as president. Um,
Hmm.
if you don't remember, I'll sort of remind you. One of his first actions when assembling a cabinet was to put Betsy DeVos over our Department of Education.
Hmm.
And this was back in 2016.
16. Yep.
Um, and so Betsy DeVos, you may ask, why is that important? Well, Betsy DeVos was a big advocate for charter schools.
Hmm.
So what they were trying to do is make it easier for charter schools to operate. While Betsy DeVos was the head of the Department of Ed, a lot of terrible things happened for the public school system. You also started noticing states starting to advocate for the ability to do something that's absolutely unconstitutional in terms of sending public money to private
Hmm.
schools,
Private schools, right?
especially religious institutions, which is literally unconstitutional. It is
Hmm.
You cannot by law put public money into private institutions,
Right.
especially religious private institutions, because the United States does not have, despite people's continuousness to say that, we are not a Christian nation.
Hmm.
We are a nation that literally, based on our Constitution, gives religious freedoms, which means we do not have an official religion, and we also
Yeah.
don't have an official language, which is another thing that this
Mm.
president does not seem to understand in terms of
Speaking that
the Constitution.
English.
Yeah, so it's cool that you like speaking English, and it's also cool that you love Jesus. I do both, but guess what? I understand that is not constitutional to make a restriction across the board.
Agreed.
So I want to go because I like to, again, come from the factual standpoint. I'm going to
Hmm.
type into ChatGPT a very simple question: what does the Department of Education do?
Yes.
Not the
Because
GPT.
I don't want to come from my own. I don't want anybody to say, "Oh, he's just a left leaning. He's a left tard and all the kind of stuff they
He's a
like to."
radical leftist.
He's a
He's a left
radical.
guard. Yeah.
I
He's a
literally
snowflake.
typed it into Chat GPT, and so it says the Department of Education is responsible for overseeing and coordinating federal education policies, programs, and funding. Its main
Hmm.
functions include administering federal education funding. It distributes fundings to state and local education agencies, including grants for low income schools, special education, and higher education financial aid. Two,
Hmm.
ensuring equal access to education. Y'all hear that?
Hmm.
Ensuring equal access to education.
Does that
Department
does that
enforces
mention anything
federal
about
laws.
DEI?
No, does
Oh,
not.
oh wow.
But wait. It does in the terms of this. The department enforces federal laws that prohibit discrimination in education based on race, gender, disability, or national origin. So, without the federal government making sure that states are not discriminating, guess what's another barrier that has been eliminated, will be eliminated from being able to discriminate against people. Three, supporting K 12 and higher education. It provides resources, policies, and initiatives to improve school performance, teacher quality, and student achievement. It manages student loans and grants. The department oversees the federal financial aid programs like Pell Grants, direct loans, and income driven repayment plans. Five, collecting and analyzing educational data through agencies like the National Center of Education and Statistics. It researches and reports on trends in education. And six, it sets educational standards and policies. While education is primarily a state responsibility, the Department of Ed provides guidance, recommendations, and funding initiatives to encourage national educational goals. Now, which of those things sounded like a bad thing?
Uh, on that one part.
All of it.
All of it.
All of it
But
sounded bad? Because so let's so now I'll type in the chat GBT. What are the ramifications? Because again, I never want to come in here and just like give y'all my feelings and my thoughts, especially when it's something as serious as this of uh eliminating the Department of Ed.
Well, Radical Jack, don't you think that the American public school system is obsolete or inefficient to say the least?
uh, inefficient? No, I wouldn't say public schools inefficient. I would say that the shittier parts of your city,
Yeah,
it becomes inefficient. I would say as long as you're in a good part of your city, then no, which is not fair to all the other kids. But overall, no,
Because
I
we
don't.
all pay the same taxes, right?
Right,
well,
right.
guess so ask yourself this question, right? Without public education, because what public education actually did, if you look at the formation of public education, this is something I can tell you just off memory because I'm an education major in college, and I was a teacher for 5 years. So what education actually did, it happened during the Industrial Revolution. During the Industrial Revolution, they had children working in factories. So right before child labor laws, there were
Right.
children
Mhm.
working in factories. Then they came up with these
Sweatshops.
things called no, they're literally like at the coal mine, at the Ford plant, at
For
the
sure.
like
It's a very big
the
deal.
Cleaning out
local
the
little
barrels
Debbie's.
of 50 cows,
Yeah,
climbing
like
into the.
they're like one of the things they created was the Child Labor Act. Like they eliminated child labor by based on a certain age because it was completely unsafe for children to be doing these things. Right. So after that happened, you have these kids that are sitting at home all day. And not only are they not working, but they're not able to do anything. I feel like unless you work on a farm or something like that, which again, they don't child labor laws to manage farms. So they're like, well, we want to make sure that these kids, mostly poor, because educated, because rich people can always get educated. That was never
Mhm.
an issue for rich people. What
Yeah,
it
they
did
need a
was for
school building
people
for it.
who did not have money, that they would be able to go to school. So the education system was literally created to make sure that poor people had access to education, right?
Hmm.
And the more governance you have on that, the better it is. But when you start to eliminate those barriers, so right, so it says uh it give 9 points. I won't go through or 7 points that can be affected. Uh one to be funding challenges with no Department of Ed. The Department of Ed administers billions of dollars in federal education funding, particularly for low income schools, aka Title One schools. So
Hmm.
the Title One program is a federal program. So without the Department of Ed, who is now managing the Title One funds? The states? I don't know how y'all state works, but I don't trust my state government to do anything. All right.
Absolutely not.
Two, without the department, states and local districts would need to find alternative funding sources. So now a complete source of funding, which was coming from the federal government for education, no longer exists. So
So
schools that are
not to
already
cut you
underfunded,
off, Residente, but to just make an example. So when we think about, everybody always
1938,
says,
yeah.
the blue states are the hellholes and the hellscapes and things like that. But correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Mississippi a red state?
Yeah.
Mississippi, the red state.
Isn't Mississippi the poorest state in the country?
Yes.
will they be affected in ways that maybe a state like New York or California will not be affected?
Correct. And also, I'll even take it a step further, bro. If you did, and I've done this research, if you run a through line between the poorest, the least educated, and the unhealthiest states, they're all red states.
Come on now.
Whoa, hold up.
They're all red states.
Texas, we good out here.
Right, but see that's the thing. I didn't say
I
all
know.
the
Hey,
red
look,
states are. I said if
I'll
you
just
run
be
a
real
through
self.
line,
I'll just be
yeah,
real selfish.
yeah, no. You run a through line, right? But hold on, wait. Even look at Texas, even use Texas, right? The most affluent areas of Texas are what?
The big cities.
The big cities. And big cities are mostly what?
Red.
Say
No.
it,
No,
Daddy.
no, no.
Big cities
Well,
are
actually,
normally
out
really
here,
liberal.
yeah, I'm about to say out here, yeah, they're pretty liberal, except for I'd say San Antonio's red. Dallas is, I think Dallas is blue itself, but like we have so many small cities, a part of the big cities,
Right,
that it ends
right.
up being red. You know what I mean?
Correct, correct.
If
But
that
like
makes
the
sense.
but like the city centers are normally pretty blue.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
So
the
like in
urban,
those
yeah.
correct. So, and that's where you're gonna find the best education. So like in those cases, like, but if you go out to the sticks in Texas, yeah, you're gonna find a lot of uneducated people.
And
Sure.
to just make sure that I have a grasp, because I know y'all see me have a lot of opinions on the department. So just to make sure that I have a
What up,
firm
Mike?
grasp on it, would you agree that the federal Department of Education makes it so that there is at least a nationwide standard that every
It
state would
does.
have to abide by, so
It
that
does.
the poorest states are not looking poor in their education, while the states that have access to money or maybe higher populations or a higher median income, whatever the case may be
Yeah.
able to afford to subsidize their public schools.
Yes. So the federal government gives money to states who even give more money to states like on a proportion based on like shortcomings in that regard. So they fill a lot of gaps. And so in terms of the standard, the federal government, the department, statewide, the federal Department of Education, their job is to create the standards that says, okay, how do we know who the third ranked state versus the 50th ranked state? If you don't have if there's no national governor of that, you have no way. It's the Wild Wild West. Everybody can just say, like Donald Trump says, hey, we're doing great. Even though the stock market is in shambles, hey guys,
Mhm.
the economy is the best that it's ever been. It's not. And this is not to be political and even to be about him. I'm just saying like that once you start to remove these types of barriers, and mm, stay on
No, no,
information.
no, no. I see it.
Once you start to remove these types of things, you're just getting closer and closer to what they really want. Anarchy. Anarchy is the goal, y'all. I
For
don't know if
sure.
y'all catch this.
For sure.
It's the goal.
Cowboy Mike, how we living, big
All
dog?
this stuff heads towards that.
So,
It
and also the because there is a lot of talk. I don't know if you're abreast on this situation, but you might be able to ask Chad GBT. But you were talking about Title IX, and then also the thing about the IEPs
uh-huh.
and things like
Uh-huh.
that.
Uh-huh.
At first, when these conversations of closing the department came up, people thought that they were going to be losing IEPs. But has there been, did they switch that to another department, or is that still something that's going to be disappearing with the Department of Education?
So one, the president doesn't have see, and this is
I
this
was
is
gonna say,
this is another
I don't
issue.
think he can make that
He
disappear. I think that's
can't.
based off of your.
No,
But
it's not
no,
necessarily something that's there though. The DOE makes it so that people are legally required to accommodate children that need an IEP. So it's
Okay,
yeah,
not saying that they
okay.
have to provide, like, you know what I'm saying?
right.
If
So
without
in
the
that
D,
regard,
go ahead.
so this is the way it can be impacted, right? It says the Department of Ed, if the Department of Ed were eliminated, um, the IEPs, which are critical for students with disabilities, will be significantly affected. The IDEA Act, which mandates IEPs, is federally funded and enforced by the Federal Department of Education. So you can A, lose a reduced or have reduced federal funding for special ed. You can have unequal protections for students with disabilities. More variability in IEP standards, so people can just like come up with their own version of what IEPs are. You can have
Mm-hmm.
more legal battles for families of kids who do have special needs, and increased burden on state and local governments. This isn't
Because
good.
again, this is they want the states, right. They want to bring the power to the states, but it's like
I
that's
agree there,
never
Mike, for
been a
sure.
good idea.
No, and so no, it's not. It's not. And if you look at it, so
Hey, Mike, you
anything
gotta
that
say black kids are being misdiagnosed, honestly, because it's really just us. Like we get
it's black.
misdiagnosed with a lot
That's
of
a big
ADHD,
conversation, bro. No, and I've seen it real time. I've seen it real time. It's definitely black kids, more specifically black boys,
black
are being
boys scared
misdiagnosed
because
terribly.
we have a lot of energy and they don't want to take the time out to actually, give us something that's going to let us
Yeah,
express ourselves. It's not always ADHD. Sometimes it's a boy. A little boy
yeah,
is not supposed to just be told, sit down in class and just sit straight and pay attention. You need to do
yeah,
something that's active. You can learn and have your kids up and active and playing games to learn.
yep,
You don't have to
yep,
just have them sitting down. But they don't
yeah.
want to do all that kind of stuff. So then we end up getting in trouble, and what I'm saying, that's something that really bothers me a lot because
No, for sure. No, I'm in the classroom, dog. I sat in IEP meetings and said, like, listen, y'all, let's try some other stuff. Let's try everything we can before we put the kid on medicine. Let's try
Right.
everything we can before we diagnose this kid as ADD. Let's do everything we can. Like even my son got like if you look at the symptoms of ADD, and I want to come back to the actual topic, but if you look at the symptoms for attention deficit disorder, it's black boys.
yeah,
The description is black boys. Doesn't want to sit still. Shouts out randomly things like uh doesn't have control. They're kids.
I
Like
was
these are the
diagnosed
things
with
that kids
ADHD
do.
at 6 years old. I got put on Ritalin, and then throughout my whole career of school, I've been on Strattera, Ritalin, Concerta, Adderall, different versions of Adderall. Like it's
I was
bullshit.
definitely on Stratera and Ritalin
And
in
then
elementary school
and you
for
get
sure.
and you get in this zombie mode where you hyper focus, but you're just a zombie, and then you go home and you sleep for hours, and then you just wake up like, oh yeah, all right, now I'm back to normal.
And ultimately, what does it do?
Nice catch.
It allows you. It's just like, oh, he's gonna sit down in class today.
Yep.
He's gonna sit down in class today.
Because
So
the
now a
problem
kid,
is never getting your work done. It's just the teacher doesn't want you to be a distraction,
right,
so they need to
right,
keep you high as hell. So you
right.
just sit there. That's all it
And
is.
they
You just
and they
you get
spend
high.
your whole life trying to regulate your medication until they find out what works. So now you're taking this little kid and you're introducing their non fully formed prefrontal cortex to medications. And the thing about the human brain is when you are young, like your brain isn't fully formed until you're 25 years old, right?
Correct.
So when you introduce chemicals to a child's brain, that child's brain forms around the medication. It forms around the chemical, right? So now, if you get to a point, now you get to a point where if you take that kid off of it, what happens? The same thing that happens to a crackhead when they stop using crack.
They go through withdrawal.
They go through withdrawal. And now you have to put them on more medication because you introduce. That's why I said my son is very active. My son goes through his stuff, but my son is extremely intelligent. So they're like, hey, maybe we should get him tested. No, we are not getting him tested. If you have a problem, you call his father, and his father will deal with him. But you don't put my son on medicine. No, not gonna happen.
Straight up.
Not gonna happen. I will talk to him. I will deal with him. I will reason with him. I will come sit in the classroom, whatever that takes to make sure he understands. He will be all right. But the truth is that a lot of our families don't have that capability. Now, I want you to think about it from this standpoint. Right now, we have a federal government that says this is the process for doing that. So they have to go through a mandatory process that happens from state to state to state to state, regardless of where you live. Now imagine that every state not only has the ability to do that based on their own processes, but they don't have any discrimination laws.
For sure.
This is a much larger issue that we
This is
really like. They can literally say, "Oh, you know what? This kid is da 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 da. We have decided since we have removed this barrier. Now we're going to remove this kid from the school forever. We're gonna expel that kid. We're not bringing him back to school. He's not good enough for our schools. Oh wait, there's no public school system. So
it has to be
now he
private, yeah.
can't get into charters, right? He's no longer, he can't get into a charter school because he's not acceptable, and his parents can't pay for private school. and there's
And no
still
school
child
choice
labor
vouchers.
laws. Well, so let's do school choice vouchers. In South Carolina, they released school choice vouchers last year. This year, they unconstitutionally tried to push it where you can use the school choice vouchers to go to a public school. But let's talk about these school choice vouchers. One, do you think they have enough school choice vouchers for every student in the state?
Absolutely not.
No, they don't. There were roughly 50,000 school choice vouchers that were in the state. Guess what the school choice vouchers were, the amount of them were?
25.
Guess.
Was it 25?
Lower, lower,
10.
lower,
Oh,
7.
damn.
lower,
2.
4.
higher.
The one.
5.
$5,000. $5,000 for a full year for a kid to go to private school. So somebody tell me, I don't know how y'all schools are in Virginia or in San Antonio, Texas. Do y'all know of a private school that somebody can go to for $5,000 a year?
Bro, I don't even know any more private schools in general.
Ask that
What is
question.
they?
My bad. Ariel was talking to me.
No, the question was, do you know of any private schools that kids can get into and it's $5,000 or less for a private school?
No,
I don't
not
think
private.
so, bro.
I know a few
There
charter
is
schools.
not one.
No private schools. No.
There is not one. No, charter schools are charter schools because you don't pay for them. That's a function of the public school system. So they gave 50,000 kids a $5,000 voucher to go to school. So that means that if you were, and they said, oh, this is for the low income families. All right, let's say I'm John Q, low income family, and I want my kid to go to private school. My kids are going to North Charleston High School. They're having a terrible time at the school, and I want to increase my child's likelihood of going to school. So I'm going to put my kid into Pinewood Prep or Buse Academy or one of these academies, one of these schools, down Bishop England, uh, Portugal, where Chris Middleton went. Where Chris, I use that school. I use Portugal. Chris Middleton went there. Um, Josiah James went to that school. Aaron Neesmith went to that school. All three of them went to that school. So I want to go to that school. Hey, Cups, can you do me a favor?
Yes.
Can you Google? Because my computer's resetting. Can you Google annual tuition for Portugal school? Portugal Academy. Portergaud is
Porter.
Portergaud.
Yeah, I knew it was GAUD. Portergaud Academy
That was a bad throw, Jack.
tuition.
It was
29 bands for grades 1 through 4, 34 bands for grades 5 through 12.
So, can I, John Q, who wants to send my kid to private school, get my kid into that school?
For
You got
34
money?
bands a year.
you got money?
I'm
You got
poor
money?
because remember, this is designed to help poor people because this is what they do. This is why you can't look at the titles of bills because they'll create a bill that's like the "Let's Save Our Children" Act, and then they'll do something like this in it, and they'll say, "Oh, we're serving low income families." So again, I ask the question: can a low income family with that voucher send their kid to Portugal?
Even with a $5,000 voucher, bro, that's like a
$5,000
$5,000
voucher.
grant, gang. You still got
No
30
child left
bands left on
behind,
that
bro.
balance.
No child left behind.
No, most of these families don't like a lot of these families that I'm talking about don't make $30,000 a year.
I ain't gonna lie. That just sounds scary. Not
Even
making
You
even
see
in
what I'm
Richmond,
saying?
Virginia, it's a school
No, it's
called Veritas School. It's the fourth best Christian high school in the Richmond area. $16,120 per year. Tuition is for the highest grade offer and may have changed for the current. Oh yeah, so yep.
so you see my point that so what they're actually doing is they're giving 50,000 families that already send their kid to private school a $5,000 discount.
that's crazy.
Easily.
But they will say, "Oh, no, we're making it easier for low income families." No, you're not.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I think the biggest problem is that America has too many people that are assholes like me, and we don't care about nobody except for our families and what we got going on. And it sucks because and I can say this I'm a dickhead because I don't care as long as my kids are good. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not worried about the greater needs of everybody else. And I think too many people think like that, and
Yeah,
that's why we get in
I agree.
situations like this.
No,
Yeah,
I
hyper
agree totally, bro.
individualism is definitely poisoning the Western culture for sure.
Well, we don't care about anything until it affects us personally.
You know what I'm saying?
We don't care. We
And
don't care about anything until it affects us personally, and that is the problem. That is the problem because the truth is that when things affect one of us, it affects all of us.
mhm.
Like we have to find our way back to each other. Like as a country, this is it sounds really Pollyanna. It sounds really naive. It sounds like, but I'm telling you, that's the only way our country's gonna find. Like we're gonna eat ourselves to death.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
definitely.
people envy other people. Then you got people with greed. Then you got people with selfishness. You know what
My
I'm saying?
dog.
Some people not humble. So and like Jack said, you got people that just don't give a fuck about
Yeah,
nobody else, and they don't want to lend out that helping hand. They don't want to help the rest of the black community succeed because they always feel like, well, once I get up here, I'm up here, and I don't need to. I'm not going to lend out.
Either
You know what I'm saying,
that,
to help somebody else.
or they feel like if I go back to my community to help,
They
somebody's gonna
gonna
leave
they
me
gonna
and I'm
drag me
gonna die.
down. Yeah, they
Yeah,
gonna drag
I'm
me
gonna
down.
die.
but
Hmm.
it's the great myth, dog. It's the great lie. The great lie is people don't want to dismantle the system because they want to benefit from the system. They
Mhm.
think they're gonna become a billionaire. I just went to see Josh Johnson, right? Josh Johnson, y'all know Josh Johnson, he's the comedian, black guy, dreads. He be
Whoa,
wearing
hold
the
on. Did you
hoodie and
cut all your
everything.
hair?
Yeah, my guy's
Yeah.
baldy.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah, my dog.
shit,
Hold on.
the
Shout out to
milk
my dog,
No,
dud.
Cowboy Mike,
no.
Dakota
He
Mike,
the
man.
I
My
am
dog,
two
milk
five.
DJ
dud.
Mike
What
P.
it do?
I'm warming it to 2.5 today.
Oh, you're
Milk
too
dud
far.
like
He
me.
said I'm
Oh
too
I'm warming it to
yeah.
2.5 today.
five.
This is on vacation.
Dr. Eggman in the building.
I'm like, wait a second. Did he cut off all his hair? Like, wait a second.
Robotnik showed up. We good. My
I
guy,
told you I
hey,
was gonna do this shit. Surprise.
God, that
it
joint
looks good, bro. It
clean,
looks
dude.
good. It
Thank
You
you.
looks
got the
good,
oil
bro.
sheen
I
for
used to
that
wear, I used
joint.
to have a body for years, man. So this is not nothing new to me.
That joint clean, bro. That joint Dr.
Hell yeah.
Eggman style for real.
Oh, for sure. Cowboy Mike. Yes, sir.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Good.
Well, yeah, is
Nah,
there
nah,
anything
nah.
that you had wanted to chime in before Rez finishes point?
No, I mean
Not that
y'all
yet.
said a whole lot of good things, man. Like again, I don't trust Trump. I don't trust nothing that he has planned. So I really think it's an alternate issue. You know, I think it's going to go to the states. I just don't. For me personally, I just want balance. I just don't want people to be misusing the funds like they've been misusing them. But if it's going to be
Yeah,
misused by another regime, then fuck it. But my personal belief is, I really don't want kids going to public schools anymore. Like so, I'd rather have people raise their own children to educate their own children. That's what I realize is the best bet. I'm gonna raise my own, my own children, within tutors, within people I know who are educators who are retired, or that's just the resources I have for my own stuff. So I'm kind of the same vein as Jack, but I'm still trying to help out by doing what I do each day. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
you can do
yeah.
two things at one time. You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't think that there's one answer to the solution. I just think that we've come so far, and you gotta get
Right.
back to educating these children, because around the world we're getting our ass kicked
But the
when it
books,
comes to education.
but books and like the books, and when we talk schools, a lot of stuff got like burnt down, destroyed. You know what I'm saying? Stuff got taken out of textbooks. You know what I'm saying? Real history, our actual history has been so destroyed. It's like when teachers teach kids certain shit, they're not teaching them the real history behind it all. They're only teaching them what they want you to know in a
You know what
sense. So
else?
it's
A lot of these teachers don't even know the history no more.
No, they
exactly,
don't.
you know
That's
what I'm
why you
saying.
got to
So
do your
it's
own
like
research.
to be honest, it's
You
like
got to buy books, man.
what information is really trust. What can we trust that these teachers are teaching our kids? How truthful is it? How much of it is real? How much of it is
Mhm.
just bullshit to be just cover ups? How
But
much
you
of
know, Lethal, that to me is where my selfishness comes in, right? Like I can't give a shit about what you are worried about your kids learning because I know when I go home, or when my kids come home, I know I'm talking to them about
Exactly.
different things. I'm looking at your homework. I'm looking like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, you learned about this. Well, like and I know Black History Month, they're gonna get the same people. You're gonna get Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks,
Come on
uh,
now.
Jackie Robinson.
Gotta be Wells.
You know what I'm saying?
What's The first
Harriet
hair care
Tubman.
gym.
You get your Harriet
Oh
Tubman.
yeah,
your
Harry Tubman, Harry
Maggie
Tubman,
L.
Hair Tubman.
Walker.
Yeah, you get the same
You
people.
know what I'm saying?
Adam C.J. Walker. You know what I'm saying?
That's
You don't
it.
get no.
Come on
You're
now.
not getting Jack. You're not gonna get Dr. Daniel Hale Williams.
No.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
y'all know what's crazy?
Megan Evers.
Y'all know what's crazy though?
Fred Hampton. You're not
Y'all know
getting none of
what's
those
crazy
names.
You know what's crazy though?
What?
So again, back to like the effects of what's actually happening right now, right? So the most educated teachers I've ever known about Black history have been Black teachers, right? The most educated teachers about Hispanic history, Latinx history has been Latinx teachers. The most like when you look at it, like people are gonna be more educated in most cases about topics that are somewhat more personal to them, right? So there's certain programs that are in higher education designed to increase the number of diverse teachers in classrooms because studies show that students normally perform better with teachers that they sort of identify with.
That they resonate with,
Well,
yeah.
this current administration is trying to remove every one of those programs. So now the
How do you
history,
feel about how you feel about like the classroom size? Like, do you feel like more students learn better with a smaller classroom versus the bigger classrooms,
every
or should there be a
research shows that smaller classroom sizes are mandatory, bro. That's why, to Mike's point, I think Mike's absolutely right. I think if we had a village mentality where we're like, okay, we're going to educate our own communities, that's the best option. Okay, cool. So this community here is going to have their community school, and that community school is going to have maybe 200 students tops, 200 students, 20 teachers, 10 teachers per student per classroom. That's amazing, bro.
That's it right there.
The amount of ground you need to make up, it'd be easy. The problem is this: one, there's a teacher shortage.
Yep.
There's an extreme teacher shortage. I want to say when I left education, South Carolina was short roughly 1,900 teachers. 1,900 teachers,
Come on, bro.
right?
But some
Uh,
teachers
And
feel like they
then they'll
don't get
bring
paid.
people off
Some
the
teachers
street
feel
with
like
no
they don't
credit,
get
with no
paid enough.
credentials.
No credentials.
but
some
now,
teachers
see,
feel
now,
like they
but now
don't
you
get
start.
paid
Why
enough
though? You know
to want
why?
to teach.
Because we're not because nowadays those types of careers are not being promoted. Lawyers, teachers, that
Because
kind
they're
of stuff.
underfunded, bro. They're underpaid, bro. It's
They
like
are,
Parents are
but it's
telling their
also
kids, "You don't want to be a teacher."
right. That's it. You don't want to be a teacher.
That's
You
the
don't want to be a
thing.
cop. You don't want to be a firefighter. Because
You
look
know
at your
what? And,
schedule.
like we need
They're
those
they're
things. We need teachers.
they're, they're
I gotta tell
basically
parents.
teaching kids. They're teaching kids that the only thing you want to do is have ultimate freedom. So your job should only be something that allows you to do whatever the hell you want every single
Yep.
day. Have the schedule that you want every single day. And what job is
Yep.
that? Being a bullshit ass
DoorDash.
influencer. Oh, that yeah.
He said
You know what I'm
DoorDash.
Selling soaps, selling
saying?
soaps and
Yeah,
t-shirts
selling
Being
and
oil,
fucking
some
internet.
goofy shit. Like you can't retire
oils
doing
and
that shit.
Be a podcaster. Hey, they
like
Be a
everybody.
streamer like
and you,
Tyson Knox. Like, what are you talking about? I had a
and
student
it's a
tell me
both
that
and
shit.
think.
I
But
said, "Go sit down, bro."
there's a lack of respect for the profession of educator. There's an
Absolutely.
extreme lack of respect for it, and that respect continues to be exacerbated by the fact that we do have these programs that, because we have these teacher shortages, that you go through this 6-month program and now you're in the classroom teaching kids.
A lot of them like that.
I had a 4-year college education to get my degree in education. And then after that, I started to do practice. I started praxis. I had testing. I had all these things I had to do before I got in front of children to teach. You have people that have.
Whoa.
Right?
Whoa.
Just
Man,
disappear.
they took you out the Matrix, boy. They said, nah.
Yeah, he heating
Sorry,
up. We
bring
got
me back.
Tommy.
Nah, but so they're doing it. These people are coming in, and so now they're like, well, anybody can be a teacher.
Yeah.
Anybody?
literally.
No, anybody cannot be a teacher, y'all. That takes a special heart. It takes a special heart to be a teacher.
You have
Mike,
to.
you've been in the classroom. You know what it's like. Like, these kids need people that, one, know curriculum and have pedagogy. Pedagogy is the ability to teach, the ability to administer a lesson. You're like not just knowing the information, it's the ability to give that information to somebody else. I'll give you a great example, right? There are some people that are really good athletes, but they don't have pedagogy. They can't teach other people the skills that are required to be a great athlete.
MJ. Magic. I remember the time
He did it
MJ
again.
slapped that nigga. Was it Kid Gilchrist in the head? I was like, this nigga MJ crazy. I would have punched his ass. I'm serious.
Oh yeah, no,
He slapped the nigga and then missed, and then slapped him again. I said, oh, this nigga crazy.
There's mad people in my
hell
house,
yeah,
y'all. I'm
he
sorry.
definitely went for the
I'm about
double
to say it
tap.
must be the internet, dog. He got that
Yeah,
century.
it's mad people in my house. Like it's like
He got the Wi-Fi jumping.
everybody on the Wi-Fi, so it's gonna start doing this, and then 2 more people just walked in. Like it's
Oh,
a mad house in there.
He said
Red,
2 more
let me
people
tell you
just
what you
walked
gotta
in.
do, bro. Let me
This
tell-
nigga
let me tell
Wi-Fi
you.
fighting for his life.
I mean, but I
You
think
create your
so.
own network in your house.
I want to put a bow on this though. I want to put a bow on this. So one, we talked about all the things that could happen if the Department of Education goes away, and I just want to close it with this. This move, like many other moves that President Trump has tried to make since coming into office, are literally illegal, and he doesn't have the power to do it. So what he's trying to do is put so much in the courts and have them fighting so much in the courts that the stuff that he really wants to slip through slips through.
That too.
There's some stuff that he really wants to get through. We just don't know what that agenda is.
Yeah, 100%.
It's somewhere in Project 2025. I don't know what key thing it is, but there's so many things that was in Project 2025 that they're trying to put all of it into play because there's something in Project 2025 that is going to be essential to what they actually want.
Mm-hmm.
And we're fighting so many wars, both figuratively and literally, that we don't know what to focus on. It's whack-a-mole.
Literally.
It's anarchy. It's chaos.
That's why I said, I try my best to just, remove myself from the thought process.
Yeah.
And I can't. I'm not gonna be a part of it.
I do not pay attention to anything anymore, bro. Like
me neither.
totally
I do not like. But that's what I was trying to say before. I want these things to crumble so we can get back to a point where we have to rely on ourselves. We have to rely on doing things for ourselves. It's too much of this.
Yeah.
Hey, we need the government. We need them to do this for us. We need this. Like people are too reliant on that shit, man. But you have to get to a certain point where okay, that's fine. We want government. We don't. We say don't. We say not say we don't want government at all. We just don't want it to be a taking part of our lives to the point where it just controls every aspect and everything. That shit is just ridiculous.
Well, the thing we don't really
even
pay
more
enough
so
attention
than
the thing we don't pay enough attention to is what the government protects us from. And the government protects us from the worst of us. Militias are real.
Yeah.
Like that's a real thing. Like those types of things, these people are on ready. Remember when President Trump was the president the first time and he told the Proud Boys to stand by, stand by and all of that? Oh,
yeah.
They ain't going nowhere. They've been right there. They're stockpiling weapons. We got it's a guy that ran right here, Tom Fernandez. Tom Fernandez, if you watching this, I'm talking about you. He's now a state senator, Tom Fernandez. This dude ran he ran the wackiest campaign I've ever heard anybody run in my life. This man would walk into he literally has a compound. And he would walk. He would walk up to his little door to his compound. He would do this on Facebook Live while he was running for office. He pushing the little key code on his door, and he'd open it up, and he'd walk into this giant room full of assault rifles and weapons and AT4s and stuff that no everyday citizen needs.
Hey, you know what though? On the weapons thing, bro, I think black people as a whole, like we need to get.
I keep telling y'all this shit.
Get behind the weapon thing.
I try to get better, man. I try to think much on the airways, bro.
Guns, man.
You have to get
behind it. Teach your kids gun safety. Teach your kids how to shoot. Like guns are not dangerous. It's the people that have.
No. Guns are not dangerous in and of themselves with education. The problem is, and I think this comes back to again something we're saying about educating our own kids. Not a lot of people I don't say a lot of people. The vast majority of our community is not capable of doing it.
No, they're
the vast
not.
majority of our community cannot educate their own kids.
And it's sad.
It would be if the vast majority of the community tried to educate my kids, we would fight.
Damn, nigga got smoked by Milrow.
Are you just switching between games? This is crazy. But yeah, so people be like, "Oh, we're gonna buy a bunch of guns. We're gonna stockpile guns." Okay, you stockpile guns. So you got a bunch of guns. Are you training on these guns? Do you know how to clean a gun?
Right.
Do you know how to switch out parts on a gun? Can you take a gun apart and put it back together? Like, do you have these skills that go with just owning the weapon?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Can you move multiple weapons on you? That's the thing too.
You move multiple weapons. Like, And these militia people, like a Tom Fernandez, and I want to keep saying his name because I want him to see this video. A
My man
Tom
Bijan got
Fernandez,
smoke with him.
dog,
You sound like a
because
Mitch.
he is the thing about Tom Fernandez. What it did for me is it made me realize if he exists, more of him exists.
100%.
He doesn't exist on his own. Dylan Roof didn't exist on his own. The dude that blew up
Absolutely not.
Oklahoma City, the Oklahoma City bomber, did not exist on his own. These people exist because there's a network of them, and they empower one another. So we know about Tom Fernandez, but there are a lot of other Tom Fernandezes that we don't know about that are right around him. And as soon as it pops off, they're getting active. That's what the government
For
protects
sure.
us from.
For sure.
So that stuff. So sorry to be so sad. What about the March
I
No, you
Madness?
good.
though?
Yeah, I agree with you though, bro. Like it's you know, I just think
This
people
game is
need to
fun.
care more about their own
Yeah.
families. People
Yeah.
don't care about their families anymore.
No, you
Yeah.
100%.
People really like
Yeah.
people genuinely don't give a shit about educating their kids anymore.
Yes,
It's
bro.
just like, all right, well, here's your
Yeah.
tablet and
That's it.
Here's your tablet,
go
dog.
crazy.
Have at it.
You know,
Bye.
as long as they got YouTube, I don't care what they're doing. Like my daughter is not allowed to watch. She's not allowed to play on her tablet anymore during the week.
Good.
On the
Good.
weekends,
Yeah, dog.
starting Fridays, because there's no homework or nothing. Friday to Sunday, hey, go crazy. But you know what I'm saying? She's still not allowed to use YouTube.
That's right.
And on her Roblox, she's not allowed to chat. Like I got all kinds of regulations on my daughter's stuff because of the fact that she's a little kid. She's 7 years old.
Yeah.
She's very impressionable. You know what I'm saying?
My babies are 17. My babies are 17. You know what I do? The internet's unlocked until 5 o'clock.
Real talk.
So whether you
That's
home
right.
or at school, the internet's locked until
Yeah.
5 o'clock. And then from 5 until it's time for you to go to sleep, usually on weekdays at 11 o'clock, you go crazy. 11 o'clock,
That's it.
shop closed.
Yeah, it's over. You
Like,
gotta
you
you
don't
gotta have
need
that
to-
balance,
you don't need
man.
to
And
be
they
on it all
gonna
night,
respect
yeah.
that. You know,
Yeah.
they're gonna appreciate that when they get older. You know, they'll realize,
Right.
oh man, like possibly looking out for me, man, because it's so
Right.
much
Go
going on
outside
out
and
here.
play. Go outside
Yeah.
and play.
Tell you,
Read a book.
Me and my
Do
fiance
something.
we just had the conversation. Like, you know what I'm saying? My son don't know. He about to have a rude awakening. You know what I'm saying? Like, we about to regulate all this internet stuff all over again. New rules are
You
being
got to. You
New
got
rules,
to.
update your information. There's nothing wrong with it as a parent. Like you just got to be on the cusp of it and realize it's out of love. You know, I literally sat in a meeting on Wednesday. Like we have like family engagements with like our students and their families and stuff. And like
Yeah.
it's like pulling teeth trying to get these people to come in and just literally engage. We buy food for them.
Yep.
All we want to
Yep.
do is just touch and agree with you, figure out who you are, and bro, it's
Yep.
like pulling fucking teeth, man. We literally
everybody wants
announced
to work
it
from home and do everything
on
on the internet.
emails. We put out flyers. We've even called their homes randomly, just letting them know, like, hey, having family engagement, come through.
Yep.
But it's like pulling fucking teeth. People don't give a
And you
shit
still
about
get-
their kids, man.
What's y'all
When something go
y'all
wrong, though, they
percentage?
want to know, hey, what happened? What's going on? Like, we've been trying to get you to see what's going on. What you mean what's going on?
Do you know y'all school PTA percentage rate? Like attendance average?
Oh, I know.
Man, I don't know the average.
I'll tell you this.
There might be somebody
Something I
looking
always
into.
say.
I don't know the average.
Something I used to say when I was a teacher, right? If you want to know how well or how poorly a school performs, go to a PTA meeting.
Real.
If you go to a school PTA meeting and that room is packed, that school is doing well. Those kids are performing well.
Yeah.
You go to a school PTA meeting and the kids there's nobody there.
Yeah.
That school sucks.
Good
That school is
indication. Yeah,
doing
real
terrible. Because the parental engagement is so key.
So important.
It is so key, bro. That's a great point you brought up.
And this is our first year at this school. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm coming in on the first year, period. So it's like to me, I'm like, yo, we had to be the blueprint, the standard to really, really push forward and kick the door in for what y'all been. I feel like they've been bullshitting. So I'm coming in with new energy, a new perspective, and it's like, yo, we just got to get this shit together. And like, bro, we done had Chick-fil-A, we done had like sandwiches and fresh market. Like people done donated food to us, like chicken and different things, macaroni and cheese, all type of food and stuff, donuts, pizza, all type of stuff they done gave to us. And it's like, yo, we need y'all to show up. We're not trying to like hold you hostage. This shit is on like for like 30 minutes to an hour. We just want to touch and agree. Just want to educate you on what your kids are doing here. We want you to show you what they're doing, how they're progressing. And if you need anything from us, let us know. Because we all flexible enough, man. But people just don't want it. I had a lady, bro. I gave some shoes away, just out of the kindness of my heart. Lady act like I was trying to murder somebody, bro. I'm like, Mr. Powell, what are you doing giving my son shoes? He doesn't need shoes. I said, ma'am, your son comes to school every day in slides. I asked your son, does he have a pair of shoes? He said no. So what am I supposed to do as a man?
And that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? And then they want to be offended because somebody wants to help my child out because I can't do it.
Thank you. You got the wrong one here, man.
Because you know on the internet she's probably oh yeah, just got this purse.
Of course.
And flexing real hard. Your kid ain't got
found out from the son she got a gambling issue. Look in. Don't come at me with no sideways shit. If you're not handling business, and of course the father's not in the home. So I'm just trying to be a what? I'm just doing my job to the best of my ability. So, I took the shoes back, but it's like, dog. Other kids was happy because they got some new shoes. I take care of my shit. So they look at me like, this shit brand new. I'm like, no, I've been had this shit. It's been sitting in my closet waiting for opportunity to give. I'm not going to stop giving because you offended by it. Oh, fucking well. Get over yourself. Get out of your own way.
Shout out to Uncle O.
Uncle in the building?
What up, Unc?
The village is broken up. We got to fix it, my guy. Those of us who knew better got to do better. That's it.
Yeah,
that's it. The Mikes of the world. Mike going out there doing his thing in the classroom, man. Like, that's important. Like, I cannot emphasize enough how important Black men are in the classroom, dog.
100%.
Like, we are 100%. So important. Like, in our communities, they're not my men's group, Men United. One of the things we talked about, they was like, these young boys, da 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 da. And they was talking about these young boys to be like playing ball. Like, I don't know what they up to, but I think, and I'm like, have you ever like just thought to yourself like, okay, I see them outside. These same kids are outside every day. They're playing ball. They're doing whatever. They're young. I was like, try this. Go to Walmart, buy a pack of Gatorades, and drop it off at them. Say, hey fellas, I want y'all to have these. I see y'all been playing ball. Make sure you're staying hydrated. And if you need anything, I'm right here down the street.
Mr. Lewis.
Anytime you need.
That's it. That's all you got to say. Mr. Lewis, here you go. Good job.
They're going to look and say, who is that dude?
Who's that dude?
And
when you ride by, you honk the horn. They're like, oh, that's my man that bought the Gatorade. Oh, yeah, all right, he cool.
Yeah.
Guess what? When robberies start happening, you're not getting robbed.
Jack, you are trash, bro. God damn.
I agree.
Like, bro, you are trash.
But no, real talk, that's really how you build a rapport.
That's how you build it.
Rapport building, man. That's why, man, it's so important. And that, like, it's about trust. It's about this little, like, I ain't trying to preach to you. I ain't trying to like trick you into nothing. I just want to extend the olive branch to you. I just want to extend some type of love.
That's
understanding. I see y'all. You dig? And I'm here. So, it is what it is.
Yeah. Dog, I went to pick my son up from band practice. Little kids was out. The kids from the band know me because like I ran for office. So my son be wearing the shirts with my name on it and stuff. And his name is also Rajon. So like they be like, oh, Rajon Lewis. Kids ran up to my car. Hey, can you follow me on Instagram? All right, what's your Instagram? What's your Instagram, little man? Like, you know what I mean? Like, two kids, like, listen, legit happened. Run in my car. Will you follow me on Instagram? What's your Instagram, dog? So I'm literally giving them my phone to type their Instagram thing in so I can follow them on Instagram. Yeah. That means, they may have been joking, man, I care, but that means something to them.
It means something, it does.
Like, yeah, little nigga, I'm not trying to play with you. Like, I could have done that. But like, no, like we gotta, like we as Black men gotta recognize that our place is still needed. We're still necessary. I don't care what social media
the government said the government took that is put it in the water for us on us, where it's like they took the Black man out of the homes and had the Black females think that they can manage and survive and raise the family without a Black man in the home, which takes away our usage as a Black man for our family and for our kids. You know what I'm saying? So when that's not being in the household, to an extent, yeah, to an extent. I'm not saying,
because I think of it as they give them a choice.
Right.
They gave them a choice. They said you can either accept the support,
right,
without a man, or go out there and figure it out with your Black man that you love so much.
Right.
And the choice that was made.
But we at a disadvantage though, because we are looked down as Black men. We have the most disadvantage in this world that we live in anyway to succeed and to succeed for our family needs.
Black women would tell you otherwise. Black women would tell you that the black woman is the most disrespected, the most overlooked, the most underappreciated person on the planet.
And that's
I think when we have that conversation, it becomes the oppression Olympics. And I don't like doing that. So
Me
what I
neither.
will say is this: we as a people have to reevaluate and take another look at the roads we've decided, the roads we've chosen. And I think if we look back at the journey and the choices that we've made when we've come to forks in the road, we will recognize there's enough wrong to go around. Whether you're talking women, men, black, white, purple, orange, blue, there's
Hmm.
enough forks in the road that we got to and said, okay, I'm going to go this way instead of this way. And it was a complete wrong answer. And instead of saying, hey, we made the wrong choice, we want to justify why what we did was the right thing. Is just everything worked against us, and that's not like that. That's not a good way to go about life, because you can't grow from that. You can't learn from that.
Yeah.
There's no forward in that, right? But what I will say is the black families that have stuck together have done pretty well. The black families that did not say, "Oh, well, we're going to fall back on like whatever government situation it was that said black men can't be in the home," right? Who didn't take Section 8, they're doing pretty well.
Yeah.
Didn't move into the projects and stay in the project for multiple generations.
Yeah.
They're doing pretty well.
Well, most kids, I know, like the study shows, the most kids, far as like if they're raised in a two-parent home, their chances of being like successful in just the world itself is more greater
Has
than it is
increased.
than
Okay.
in
Yeah,
than a single parent home. That's for
yeah.
man and female too,
No, you're
though.
right. No, you're
You
100%.
know what I'm
right. So,
saying?
so go
But
back. But go
good.
real quick. Go back to the point about the accepting the assistance, right? So the government puts you in a situation where they say, "You black woman, right? You black woman, you we're going to give you this housing, right? And we're going to give you this support, but you can't have a black man in the home." What do they
Mhm.
also do? They say, "Well, unless you make a certain amount."
Hmm.
So now
You trapped.
you're trapped. You don't have a man in the house, and you can't make over a certain amount of money.
Mhm.
And your kids are growing up in an environment that is not conducive to professional or personal success. Now
So
take
Ali,
that the other way. Take that the other way. So now take that same black woman. Let's say she's making the low of the low. Let's say she's making $25,000, $30,000 a year, right? But now she has a black man who's also making $25,000, $30,000 a year. That's a $60,000 home. And this is
Hmm.
on the lower levels, right?
Facts.
A $60,000 home, a $60,000 family back in the 1970s, 1980s,
You was doing
they was
good.
moving, bro.
Moving
They was
excellent.
okay. But instead, they said, "Oh, well, now I'm the black woman. I'm making 25 to 30,000. I make just enough to fit in this into the system where I can get this housing. So now me and my kids are not going to move this man into our house, and we move into this public housing, and we can't make any more than 40,000. So we can't get a job or education that's going to move us out of this situation. Now they're trapped there, bro. But those who said no, I'm gonna keep fighting for my black family.
Hmm.
I'm gonna find my black husband. I'm gonna build my black. Even if you find a white husband, find any husband you want to. Find a husband or
Big
find a
facts.
wife. You know what I
Big
mean?
facts.
Like
Big facts.
find your people. Love who you love. You
hey
know what I mean? But
Hey, Umar's watching.
but
Umar's
I
watching.
don't care. No, I don't
Umar's a
care. No,
clown.
open the school before you talk to me.
Umar only take
Um,
care of his own kids, so he can't tell nobody shit about nothing.
but you take that family. So now you got that family, that wife that was making that woman that was making 25, 30,000. You had the man that's making 25, 30,000. Again, this is on the lower levels, right? That's $60,000. You could buy back in the 1970s, 1980s, you could buy a house on $60,000 a year. You could put your kid, you could put your kid to private school, you make a $60,000 a year. Back in
For
the
sure.
70s, you could put your kids through college in the 70s, making $60,000 a year, and that family matriculates because now those kids are living in different. They don't live in a quote unquote ghetto environment. Even though if you live in a area like the area my grandma lives in now, it's sort of considered like the hood, I guess. But that was a nice area where my mom was growing up. Like that was a really nice neighborhood, my like middle class neighborhood. Which again, we're not even gonna have a conversation about
Well,
where
yeah.
the middle class
Now
live.
you know those places are being gentrified because they.
Correct.
What happens is they gentrify the ghetto. The people in
Yep.
the ghetto go to the next closest area,
Yep. Yep.
which tends to be the middle class or the people that would be like here. The east side is the hood, right? And then
Uh
the
huh.
northeast
Hmm.
is where niggas with money were living.
hmm
Then
hmm
what they did was they gentrified the east side once the Spurs got the new SBC Center. So once the SBC Center got built, and they stopped going to the Alamo Dome, they were like, oh shit, we need to make this play. We need to spruce it up so when people come to the Spurs games, because now they're winning championships, so now they
Oh
care.
yeah, dog. That
So
area around the Spurs Stadium is terrible.
so they had to fix it. So now they've been gentrifying it. Now when you go to Pine Street, Cherry Street, and all these places where there used to be prostitutes and crackheads, now you see white people running and jogging in the middle of the night. It's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is
You
this
know?
where the new? Hold on, wait. Is this where the Alamo? Oh wait, the Alamo Dome is the old stadium.
Yeah.
That's where I messed. Is that where I messed up? Do they have the rodeo there?
Yes.
Is that the Alamo Dome or the new stadium?
They have the rodeo is at the old stadium. And they have it at Freeman
That's where I
Coliseum.
messed up. Because when I was there, I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna
You
go see
talking
this
trash
where the
about it. I
Spurs
remember that.
play."
Yeah,
Then I'm like, "This is an awful area. Why would they put a stadium here?" Okay,
Yeah,
cool. All right.
yeah, it's bad.
Riverwalk.
Riverwalk
That's crazy.
area, yeah, all that. So they slowly but surely started gentrifying it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I wish I wish I would have known. I would have told you and Toya, hey, don't go over here. Like
Yeah, I was looking for this first stadium. I was like, I'm gonna go check it out. But the point I was making was, if you live, if you say you got that family, you move your family, you don't stay in the hood. You know what I mean, the hood is relative, but you don't stay in that area. You move your family with that $60,000, $80,000 to a nicer neighborhood, right? Now your kids not are growing up around drug dealers and gangs and the violence. They're growing up around people who are teachers and doctors and lawyers and gynecologists and you know, all these different. You get exposed to these different careers, and there's a different level of expectation on the child. So now the family can literally work its way. So now that child grows up with a family making $60,000. That child makes $60,000 on their own. And now they find another black man or black woman that they marry, and that person can be making $30,000. But guess what? You take $60,000 and $30,000. Now you got a $90,000 home starting off.
Easily, and then you look, then your parents had insurance, so now you might get $800,000 for that. That's called generational wealth,
bruh. That's
what I be trying to preach to everyday people every day, but they seem to just not understand how that shit works. It's not hard,
but that's why you got to keep talking, Mike. That's why you got to keep talking, my guy.
You got to sacrifice, man. You cannot sit up here and take the cheese. They're gonna try to give you the cheese at all costs. Don't take that shit. It's not worth it. Keep
Rez, I heard you. My bad. My bad, Mike.
No, you fine. I was done.
Oh, I was saying I heard Rez talk about growing up around teachers and stuff like that, and there was a clip going around of the CEO of the Richmond Housing Authority, the CEO of the and by the way, they're trying to sell Gilpin Court to a private entity.
Oh yeah.
So
I said that like 10 years ago. I was at a city council meeting. They did the same thing with Fairfield, and they Gilpin Court will be next. There's not gonna be no more projects in the area anymore, because you know why? They're tired of taking care of people. They realize, they realize that people just don't. They're not planning on moving.
No,
it's a generational thing. Like my grandma lived here, I'm gonna live here. They just keep passing
generations
that shit down.
Deep in this thing.
Yeah, like bro, they paying rent. You can't pay rent for $2. You up here? My mom used to work in the course building. She would see people all the time with bills at $20. Bro, you can't pay $20. You got rims on your car.
Not everybody has $20 rent though.
Not everybody. Not saying. I'm just saying.
It's subsidized.
A lot of people that's got subsidized rent. What I'm trying to say. And the thing for me is like, yo, how are you can't pay a $20 rent? I'm sorry, bro. Like, there's no way in the world that you have all these things around you. And you can't pay $20.
Prime example of that, and she's one of the main reasons why I hate housing. I hate, Section 8. I hate it because of my cousin. Like, bro, they get these nice ass houses, and they only got to pay $200 a month. Yet and still, you wanna act like, oh, well, I don't want to pay my rent because, like you said, we want to do stupid shit to the car. You want to put rims on a fucking '85 Cutlass that ain't worth shit. Need a new transmission, but hey, got the blades on it. You're fucking idiot. And it's people
I got customers that did the same thing, bro. I'm speaking from experience. I've seen my aunts and uncles just be like yelling at their ass. Like we have a family, like you have a family cookout, and then people start feeling good, and then the problems start coming out. You looking like, damn, I didn't know they was going through that type of shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You'd be like, yo, you got to make smarter decisions. That's why I would see those things and be like, I just got to do better. It always made me want to just do better. Even when my parents didn't have a whole lot, they still made smart decisions. They still just wasn't doing stupid shit. You know, so
That's it, bro. Like,
Yeah.
my mom was definitely on Section 8 when we lived in San Antonio, and she worked her ass off, and then we went to Georgia, and then all of a sudden we became rich. It was
that's
crazy.
it. People,
He said we
100%. People don't understand. Like when people look at my family, they be like, "Yo, how
I
did you?"
love
I'm
how
like,
kids see things.
and I can show you my family started out at, and then where they are now. You'd be like, "How did that happen?" I'm telling you, for years they thought my dad sold drugs. Right around Darbytown, they thought my dad sold drugs. I'm like, bro, my dad don't sell drugs, bro. Like, even if he did, I wouldn't tell you. Like, what
Facts.
the fuck you talking about? My dad just worked his ass off. He finessed the
Dog.
military. He understood like it's different ways to keep getting money in the military. You know, you got security
Yeah.
forces, you got
Yeah.
different TDYs. He's a
Yeah.
hustler at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that shit was instilled in me. Like, I keep my ear to the streets. Like, okay, yeah, where the money at? Like, even
I
with
go
being a
get it.
teacher, you can't be stuck. You got a tutor on the side. You gotta figure out how to keep
That's
getting
right.
bread. People just lazy as shit to me.
Don't
I don't
make
got no
use of that
respect for
summer.
niggas.
Dog,
Yeah,
use
working in
that
the summertime, people just lazy, bro.
Dog.
They don't want to get it. And they act
Dog.
like you can't get it. No, you can get it if you choose to get
No,
your ass
you
up and work
absolutely get it,
and
bro.
grind. Ain't no fucking days off. I don't know what niggas be on, bro. Like, you don't get me
Yeah.
fired up talking about that shit. Like, yo,
Settle,
Absolutely
bro.
get it, bro.
They settle and they want everybody to give them handouts.
yeah, handout. Like, man, fuck out of here, bro. You gotta
My
get
nigga
it.
my nigga sit up here, work the same job as me, but instead of taking time out of his free time because his daughter don't live with him, so he can easily go out DoorDash, do whatever, just get some
do
extra
something.
money. But instead of that, what he'll do is complain about his rent going up, won't work overtime, and then
Nobody wanna hear that
his
shit.
rent. Then his rent is late, and it's like, oh man, it's everybody else's problem, and then you got to ask his mama for money.
Yeah,
Nigga, you
that's
35
bullshit.
years old asking your mama for money.
No, that's sad. That's sad, dog.
That's
He in a bad place. That's
Yeah.
all bitch assness.
He wonder why I don't talk to him no more. Like, nigga,
Yeah, I'm the same way, bro. I cut people off just for that shit alone, bro. I can't talk
You
to
are
you,
a
bro.
loser. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can't talk to you, my nigga. You fucking my whole feng shui up, my vibe up. I talk to hustlers, niggas who getting it. I can't talk to people that just crying and complaining, making
When I
bad
hang
decisions
out
at
with you,
35.
people think that I'm just like you. Nah, you
Nah,
making
I'm
my
cool.
head go in the dirt.
Fuck that.
Off
That
of nothing.
nigga, that shit working was 24. I might have had a conversation with you, like, I understand, 30, maybe, like, bro, we 35, 30, bro.
Hell
You damn
no.
near 40 years old.
Like, it's crazy.
What the fuck is you doing? Like that, yo, I'm that friend that's gonna say you bullshitting. And
Blaming
don't
the
get off my
man.
fucking line with that bullshit. I don't
It's
want to
the
hear
man,
it.
bro. The
Right.
man holding me back. The man holding me down.
Bullshit. Ain't no man holding you back. You holding yourself back.
Only man holding you back is you, bro.
That's it.
Hey,
Go get
Jack
it.
ain't trash
If you
for
lived in
basketball,
Jim Crow, you
Jack
lived in
ain't
the
trash
40s,
for
nigga.
basketball.
We could understand that shit when niggas was getting hung for nothing for being successful.
Right.
Or just walking
Right.
down the street trespassing,
Right.
quote unquote trespassing. Now,
Right.
we can say the man was holding you back for sure.
Right.
But now,
Right.
nah,
When
bro.
they would come down and burn down your whole city, come through and
Yeah,
burn.
just burn your whole
man
city
would come
down,
through and
like-
burn your whole city down. The man
Come
was
on
holding
now.
you back.
That's holding you back. And they still rebuilt.
No.
Bruh, that's what niggas don't. And they never talk about the rebuild too. They rebuilt that shit right
They
back.
rebuilt it, dog. Without, in fact, in Cups know that we visited Tulsa. Like to this day, not one insurance claim that was filed by those business owners was respected. Not
Come
one.
on, man.
They didn't get a penny back, bro. And
It comes
they
from a great
rebuilt that
lineage,
shit.
man. People just gotta realize. And again, that's why I say self-education is so important, because if you don't know, these motherfuckers ain't gonna tell you. They're quote unquote trying like to make sure you don't know who you are. So yeah, you gotta figure it out for yourself.
Yeah,
I don't rely on nobody telling me shit. I try to figure out for me, so I know I'm cool. I got my own understanding.
For sure.
Right, wrong,
For
or
sure,
indifferent.
my guy.
I just want to make sure that I'm informed to a certain level of my ability, so I can move forward every single day.
Yep.
Hell yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
niggas go
And-
crazy. Nigga dancing his ass.
So I had a video, but what we can do
Oh shit.
end this joint off with a couple sports lists. You know what I'm saying? Since we done reached
Yo.
that hour mark
Clemson, why would y'all put up 13 points in the first half, bro?
in basketball in the tourney.
Like that is crazy.
Who was this?
13. Clemson put up 13 points in the first half.
Man, I didn't even
Lost
watch
by
that
2.
game.
Lost by 2.
Dog,
They
I
got-
don't know
they
what
got-
happened to Clemson.
All right, here we go.
Wild.
Can we guess the teams with the most losses since 2000
Well,
In the
what
NFL.
sport? What sport?
Browns.
in the NFL? My bad,
Browns.
NFL.
Browns.
Browns are
Jack?
number 1 with 264.
Since
He's in the bag
2000?
already. He already in the bag already.
Since 2000? You said in 2000?
Since 2000, yeah. I think what about the? Nah, it's just 2000.
Jets.
The Jets are number 231.
231.
They're number
I thought they were
231. They're not
lower.
I mean, they
231
have
teams.
231 losses. I'm sorry.
What the number are they?
They're in tier 2.
So
this
they're
is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's number 6 overall.
6.
Okay.
All right, cool. All right, cool.
Yeah,
Cool. You said top 10, right? All right, cool. All right, I'm in there. You said
Detroit.
Jets?
Detroit is number 3 with 244. Alex Austin said Jacksonville got to be top 5. Jacksonville is number 2.
Gotta be.
Ranked
Yeah,
number 2 with
trash.
251
Cardinals.
losses.
The Cardinals.
Cardinals is ranked number
The Bears.
1, 2, 3,
The
4,
Bears.
5,
I won't say the
6,
Bears,
7.
man.
The Cardinals is 7.
The Bears.
The Bears is number 9.
What is the list for?
Most losses since 2000.
Oh, Jets.
The Saints.
Jets. Where you got Jets?
We got Jets already.
Said the Jets already.
Panthers.
No.
That's a good one.
Panthers number 10.
That's a good one.
Oh, shit. All right.
The Cowboys.
You haven't got number 1 yet?
My bad,
Nigga,
bro.
you know
My
we
bad,
know
bro.
we knew that shit.
I'm
No,
trolling
they're not
a
in
little
there.
bit.
They're not
I'm
in
trolling.
there.
Cowboys tier 4.
Hey, nigga, take your hoodie off, nigga. Cause you want to crack a joke.
Hey, no, that was a smoker. That was a smoker.
Take your hoodie off.
I'm trying to be nice about this. I'm trying to be cordial, goddammit.
You trying to be nice. I'm trying to be nice to you because I like black people. But not trying to attack black.
You want it? See, he's doing the Cowboys out there. See,
Black on black crime.
you know what I'm sensitive as a motherfucker, nigga. You know we ain't made no moves this off season. Shit.
Giants.
The Giants
Not the Giants.
are number 12 with 217.
Ooh.
That's shocking right there. Okay,
But
that's shocking right there. The Giants. Okay, I didn't see that one coming.
stop trolling, Jack.
The
That's in
Indianapolis
2000, no.
Colts.
That's in
and the
2000, no.
Miami
No, not
Dolphins.
2000s though. You wild.
I got one.
You was having like 10 wins a season.
The
Raiders.
Miami Dolphins.
Oh yeah, Raiders. That's a good one.
The Raiders are number 4 with 243 losses.
That's a good one.
I got the Bucks. Give me the Bucks.
The Buccaneers are tier 3. So that's 1,
Yeah.
2, 3.
They got more
4,
than- they got
5,
more.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Yeah,
11.
they kind of consistent.
11. They're outside of 10.
What about I don't even want to say it though.
The
I already
Browns.
said Browns.
What
I said
about
Browns,
Vikings?
number 1.
Browns are 1.
Vikings.
Probably too high.
Vikings
They'll probably be outside
is
of 10.
Yeah, I think
tier.
outside.
Yeah, they tier 5.
Yeah, I'm way off on that shit. I don't know. I can't even
So
think right
that's
now.
11, 12, 13, 14,
The
15,
Tennessee
16, 17,
Titans.
18, 19,
Raiders
20.
a good one too.
The Vikings is 21. The Titans is 19.
Oh, what?
Yo, who's number 2?
Wow.
Number 2 is the Jacksonville Jaguars. All right, so the numbers we got
Yeah,
so
we said
far,
we got Jags.
we got the Browns at number 1.
4.
We got Jaguars at 2. We got Lions. We said Lions, right?
We
Yeah.
said Lions.
Lions at
You said
3.
Lions.
Jets at 7. Raiders at 4. Cardinals,
Yo, who am I not thinking about, yo?
Panthers,
Oh, Washington.
Washington. That was the only one we haven't said out the top 10. Washington is number 5 with 232. So the top 10 is Cleveland, Jacksonville, Detroit, Oakland, Washington, Jets, Cardinals, Panthers, Bears, Giants.
All right.
Teams
I like
with
it.
the
Do
most
another one.
losses.
Who is the
another
master?
one. I thought that was good.
Yo.
Let's do
I
most
know
wins.
who's
Let's do most wins.
not high on that list. The Eagles,
You
Patriots.
said most wins? Oh yeah.
Let's do
I
most
mean,
wins.
it's basically looking at it the other way around. So it's
The other
still
way
the same
around.
list.
All right.
Dallas will be up there for sure.
Yeah, Dallas will be
Top
up
10.
there.
Top
Dallas is
10.
right in the middle.
8-8. You know what I'm saying? 8-8.
Right in the middle. Jason Garrett.
The Red Clapper.
Where Naptown at? Where Naptown at?
Naptown is actually, if we talk about the most wins, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 most wins since 2000.
Patriots.
Number
Definitely
1.
the Pats. Definitely the Pats. Easy
Oh,
call.
I'm tripping. No,
Uh-oh.
yeah, no. I'm not tripping. Yeah, number 1.
I'm about to
Patriots
say.
should definitely be number 1 for sure.
I'm about to say who's not.
It doesn't show the amount. It doesn't show the amount of wins.
Green
It shows
Bay
the
is up
amount of
there with
losses.
the top wins
So I'm
too.
tripping.
Yeah, Green Bay. I think probably
Green
the
Bay
Rams.
is number
too, I would
3.
think.
I was thinking Rams.
The Rams for sure.
Rams
Is the Niners on that list?
are
I think we'll be probably like
Rams are
like
low.
10 or 11.
Rams are low.
As far as losses, Rams have 12th most losses, so they're bottom.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, I didn't realize that.
I think Niners will be we'll fall outside of the top 10.
You talking about Niners? Niners have actually the 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th most losses.
So we're 15.
12, 15 years, but it's
Oh,
kind
yeah,
of
they dead in the middle. Yeah. Where them
Yeah,
Eagles at?
I figured. I told you we were. Yeah, stand here.
since 2000. Yeah, Eagles been consistent.
Eagles will be in top 10.
We got to be top 10.
Eagles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth most wins.
Yeah, I'm about to
easy
say we
going,
up there,
easy
dog.
going.
Big dogs.
But that was the thing, though. Like, the only thing that would stop y'all from really becoming like a real good franchise was the championship, and y'all got them shits, man. Like,
Two of them things.
hey, we can't really tell y'all niggas shit now. It's like, damn, they finally got
Hey,
them.
Mike, I appreciate you being a real fan because, I'm in Texas. So, all I hear is, y'all still got to catch up. You got 5.
Nah, man.
Hey,
And you still haven't caught up to
Cups.
To the six?
and the
The
Redskins.
They got 2 in the past couple of years. Like, you can't do that to them.
Seahawks,
Come on, man.
Seahawks is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th most wins.
Yep.
What the Saints said? What the Saints said
That's
on
a
that
good call on
list?
the Seahawks. I
Saints
didn't see
is
the
9th
Seahawks either.
most wins.
Okay.
Do the Saints?
Yo,
Hey, do y'all
Cubs.
think the Saints are going to make a comeback anytime soon, or will they
No.
go back into being ass mode for a
If
while?
they draft Jackson Dart, they will.
Bro, they got Ratty, bro. They got Spencer Rattler,
what's
bro.
wrong
with-
Yo,
what's wrong
Alex
with
Austin, bro.
It's gonna take
Alex
some time.
Austin, bro. Tell
they'll
them that
rebuild.
Spencer Rattler is the next 70% quarterback in the NFL, bro.
Whoa,
The next
70?
4,500
Yo, hey
yards.
Jack,
Yeah.
Shit, 70?
why did you build DK Metcalf as your player?
Because so
Look at this dude. This is DK Metcalf, bro.
I'll be honest with you, right? I'll be
That's
honest with you.
DK Metcalf.
Oh, they with the green hair.
I used to rock the blue hair, and then we won the Super Bowl, and I was like, nah, man, we got to rip that green. So it just so happened to
Just give him a 1, dog.
What's the
Make him
dude with the green hair for y'all? The cornerback?
Oh, Jalen
Mills.
Mills.
Jalen Mills, yo, is crazy.
Oh wait, so we got one.
Oh,
we got
Alex,
one.
you supposed to have my back, Alex.
What he said?
Yeah.
Oh, number 2. Ooh, behind Arch. Okay.
Arch ain't coming to New Orleans, dog.
If Arch
year.
fall to New Orleans, I'll take that.
Another year. Arch gonna be there.
Bro, I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. The Saints at 9 this year, bro. The Saints they're going to draft Jackson Dart, bro.
They can have
Hey,
Jackson
puppy.
Dart.
Three
They can
quarterbacks
have
Here's a hat.
Jackson
top
Dart. You
10
heard?
this draft.
all I
You can
know.
lock it. You can
Yo,
lock
yo,
it
what
in.
up?
Let's say what up.
What's going on?
Yo,
Yo, I put the peace sign up like y'all can see me.
Oh,
What's
shit.
everybody doing?
They can't see you, bro. You gotta be in the screen. You gotta be in the screen. They gotta see you.
I put the piece upside like y'all can see me.
I said, yo, what's up? Like,
He said, "How y'all doing?" Nap pound.
what's up? What's up?
Everything
Yeah,
is
no,
everything.
Alex, you're supposed to have my back
That's
though.
true.
But yeah, no, I mean for Arch, I mean that'll be all right. I'll allow that.
Oh, hey,
But-
puppy.
Hey, Cubs, also, man, don't forget, we still got to talk about this pizza, man.
yeah,
Oh
bro.
yeah, no,
Bro.
we can get to that real quick. Just real quick. Before we do one more list, I want to know who would hate being the number 1 overall pick more, the number 1 overall pick in the NFL or the number 1 overall pick in the NBA?
NBA.
NBA for
NBA
sure.
for sure.
NBA for
I
sure.
said
All
NFL.
eyes on you in the NBA for sure.
Yeah.
That's the
Say
same
what?
as the NFL, though, bro.
You
If
gonna
you
I'm talking
were-
about
Right,
specifically
you
for
would
this,
probably
pick an
specifically for this
offensive
season
lineman.
though.
Nobody
What's
cares.
the
Wizards
question?
probably like I want to
What's
go to
the
play
question,
Wizards.
Phil?
I'm cool.
Which
What's the question?
if you were to be the number 1 overall pick, which one would you hate more, being the number 1 overall pick in the NFL or the NBA?
I would hate being the NBA. I would hate being NFL number 1 pick.
That's what I'm saying.
I think
NFL, bro.
I think I
But I'm
hate
talking
the
about
NFL.
specifically for
If
this
you a
season,
number
like
1
with the number 1 overall pick,
if you-
want to
Tennessee?
not go to Cleveland more or Tennessee?
I mean,
My
Cleveland's
bad,
easy.
Tennessee more,
Yeah, Tennessee,
or are
yeah.
they not wanting to go to the Wizards more?
Hey, I ain't
Oh,
gonna
that's
lie.
the question.
I would
Wow.
never want to be in the Wizards.
That's why I said
I
never
wouldn't want to be a
Wizards.
Wizard.
I would
Yeah.
never
That's
want
a
to be in
losing
the Wizards. Boy.
franchise.
That's some ass. Nah, that's trash.
Yeah, they're
Super
losers,
duper
bro.
ass.
Like the
I don't know,
NFL,
bro. If you'd have never,
there's a greater chance. There's a greater chance of going from being terrible to being a good team in the NFL than
Big
in the
old
NBA.
facts.
Like if
yeah,
you
but
if you come into a
though,
terrible
with the NFL
franchise,
though, the spotlight on you being a number 1 overall pick in the NFL is more brighter than the NBA, bro, as far as being the number one overall pick.
I think
Depends on who you
well,
are.
depending on your position, yeah. If you're a number one quarterback, of course. But if you're a number one wide receiver,
If you're Joe Thomas, if you're
Think
Joe
about
Thomas,
the draft. Think about the Reggie Bush and Mario Williams year. You know what I'm saying? Like Reggie was supposed to go to the Houston, but they ended up drafting Mario Williams. How that turn out? What kind of
turned out
spotlight
really
was
well.
on him?
Reggie got woke up by the Eagles.
Yo, Mario Williams, didn't Mario Williams play like 15 years in the NFL?
Bro, he didn't live up to his number one overall potential.
He
Well, I mean,
did.
look at Cadillac.
He did
Williams.
not.
10 years.
Bro, he did not, bro.
Hey, that's
Wasn't
another
he defensive
thing.
rookie
We
of the
have
year?
unrealistic expectations of players. We want everybody to have a Hall of Fame career. Like, dog,
We want everybody to win
NBA.
7 Super Bowls, win 7 championships.
If you are
defensive player of the year 7 times.
If you a number one overall pick, bro, your expectations by the end of your career should at least be a couple All Pros, maybe a chip, maybe.
Bro,
At
if
least
you have a
couple
career
All-Pros.
like Brandon Jennings,
Oh,
and you
watch
get drafted overall number one, I don't think that's a bad career. If you you will, that's not a bad career.
Brandon
It's
Jennings went
not.
overall. Brandon Jennings didn't go 1 overall.
I know, but I'm just saying. I'm saying if you have these people's careers and you're a number one overall, like I don't think you can be mad. If you're Monte Ellis, if you have a
you
Monte
play
Ellis
15
career,
years in the league, bro. That's dog. You made enough money to support your family for the rest of your life.
I'm
not
not saying that's not the problem. But if we're talking about you as an athlete, you and your stats and your career, is it worthy of your overall number one pick? Probably not, bro. Depending on
cool.
who you are.
Let's do this real quick. Wait. Before you do that, Jack. Hey, Cups, pull this number for me. Pull up the last 2025, the last 25 number one overall picks.
In what league?
NFL. So we're gonna go through each of these people.
You already know most of them.
Were they an All-Pro or not,
Joe,
in their career?
Look, Joe is 2 people that you already know off the top, as far as just quarterbacks being number one overall pick.
I want the number one overall.
No, based on your logic, Luck did nothing. Luck was never an All-Pro.
Andrew Luck was ass.
Never an All-Pro.
Shit. Luck was
never an All-Pro.
Hey, based off of what you're saying, Andrew Luck
was your logic.
Andrew Luck was ass on what you're saying right now.
Hey, Luck had his career cut short. All right.
I don't care.
Hold on, I thought he quit.
He was on pace. He was on pace. Did
he quit or would he beat the fuck up?
Michael Vick was beat up.
You didn't care about that with Mario Williams. You don't care about that with no other player. So Andrew Luck falls into the exact same area. Number one overall pick.
Momo was beat up.
An All-Pro.
Okay, so I got us right here. So since the year 2000, with the first overall pick out of Penn State, the Cleveland Browns select Courtney Brown, defensive end.
Who is that?
Courtney Brown.
Courtney Brown. I want to say Courtney Brown was from South Carolina.
I thought he went to. I thought it was Tim Couch.
And then 2001, Michael Vick. 2002, Derek Carr. 2003,
Derek Carr's ass, right?
I don't think Carson Palmer has been an All-Pro.
I don't think he has been an All-Pro, but he's definitely been a Pro Bowler, and he's been to an NFC Championship game.
Who, Michael Vick?
No, Carson Palmer.
Oh,
Michael Vick has been to an NFC Championship game.
He's ass. Nope. Number one pick.
Ass?
Don't do that.
Don't do that. Ass?
Nah, he didn't get a chip.
Carson Palmer was solid.
Oh man,
he's going off of lethals. No, I'm going off of lethals.
Yeah, I'm going by his logic.
Oh, okay. I see what I'm saying. Oh, I get it. Okay, I got you.
Carson Palmer is ass.
He is ass. Shit, by his logic, for sure.
2004, the Brady Slayer.
Eli?
Ass.
No, actually, he had 2 chips. He's a Hall of Famer. Hall of Fame, God tier.
2005.
Disgusting.
Alex Smith.
Ass.
Never All-Pro.
Ass.
2006.
Long career, though.
Like we said, out of UNC, Mario Williams.
Who?
Mario Williams.
Ass.
2007, Jamarcus Russell. 2008, Jake Long.
Jamarcus
Wait,
Wait,
no,
can we
I
go back to
give Jake- I
2007?
give Jake
Jamarcus
Uncle
Russell.
Pass. I give Jake Uncle Pass.
Yo, Jamarcus was hilarious, dog.
Oh, sipping on some scissor.
Yo, the shit on the pivot, dog. That's one of them golden episodes you have to watch, bro. He was
Hey,
selling
I
the
ain't
fuck
gonna
out
lie.
of that
When you
shit,
watch
man.
Right.
the pivot, when you watch the pivot,
He was trying to make it
makes
seem
you
so
wanna feel
hard.
sorry for him. But it's
It
like,
does though. He had me
Yeah,
until
bro.
the
He
Chase
wanted
came
to
into
seem
play.
like
I
he
was
was
like,
so
oh,
unbothered by
that
that
nigga
shit.
bullshitting.
It's like, bro, we know you bothered by that shit. We know that shit still bother you.
He was
bro.
like, yeah, my uncle, man, my
We
uncle
know that
was
shit.
sick,
I was
man.
able to feed my family.
Yeah, I was able to feed my family, man. Like,
Oh
I'm
no,
good,
Brandon
man.
Jennings, he was bugging.
Oh,
What'd
you
he say?
talking on Brandon Jennings was on Gills, and he was like, I was out here. Y'all always talk about the 55-point game. I don't even bring that shit up.
Nah,
I do
Brandon
believe
Jennings.
I felt Brandon. I felt you, Brandon Jenkins. He's
Yeah,
better
Brandon
than Jeff
Jennings, I
Teague
do believe
and
he's
Kyle
a
Lawson.
better player than a lot of these niggas. Though.
Yeah, fuck that. Like
He's better
they
than
couldn't shoot
Gilbert
Brandon
Arenas.
Jennings.
I don't give a damn what nobody say. Brandon
And like he
Jennings,
said, they made the
He's not
playoffs
better
that
than
year with
Gilbert
Ilya Silva.
He's
That
not
nigga have
better
a
than
good
Gilbert
team.
Arenas.
he's
He's
definitely
not
better than Gilbert
Arenas.
Arenas.
He's
Not better than
better
Gil,
Gilbert
nah, but
Arenas.
everybody else for sure.
No,
I'm
he
taking him
couldn't
over
tie
Ty
Gil.
Lawson. I'm taking him over Jeff
Ty
Teague.
Lawson, Jeff Teague. Okay, yeah. He
Jeff
does not
Teague
want
is
loose.
definitely not good.
He called Lou Will's name.
No, he wilded out with that one. And it was the last one too. I think y'all snuck it in the end.
Somebody
Like,
said that on the
Yeah,
comments.
Lou
They said
Will.
Lou Will to give him buckets.
He
oh
called
yeah,
Lou Will's
like,
name.
you know Lou Will just played in the league a couple years ago. Like,
Yeah.
leave Lou Will alone. Him and
I
Jamal
got the
Crawford, leave them niggas alone.
I got the number cups. So the number one overall picks that have made all pro team, first team all pro.
We got
Because
him
this is
though.
what
Damn.
this is lethal standard for doing something in the league. Michael Vick,
Okay. One.
Vic,
but
sir.
Michael Vick was as a flex player, not as a QB.
Hey. All pro. That's all we care about.
That sounds like some Tyler Huntley shit.
Jake Long,
Definitely, dog.
Jake Long, 2010, Cameron Newton, and Myles Garrett. That's it.
Damn.
All them niggas is ass except for them three.
Except for those guys. Everybody else y'all want to name suck.
Dog shit.
They're
Eli
wasting
2
their time
championship
in the league.
Manning is ass.
Hey, bro,
Number one overall
I'm just
pick.
saying, your expectations as being a number one overall pick, bro. You gotta come at least by the end of your career, bro. It has to be something worthy of you being picked number one overall. Bro.
You can't, but Lethal, you really can't say that with logic because we're not factoring in injuries. We're not factoring in mental health. We're not factoring in the fact that niggas really don't have heart. Like we're not factoring in these things. That
I mean, I'm not saying that you wrong.
Oh wait, hold on, wait, stop. Yo, Mario Williams, career accolades: 4-time Pro Bowler, 1-time first team All Pro, 2-time second team All Pro, all rookie team, and he's in the Houston Texans Ring of Honor.
damn,
Okay.
Hall of Famer.
Any
Hall of
depoys?
Famer.
Any depoys? You got 100 sacks?
Nah, you don't get to change it up. You can't
I'm
change
just
it.
saying,
Oh
bro.
wait.
I'm just
Does he have 100
saying,
sacks?
bro.
No, wait.
Is that a
Lethal,
number
Lethal,
one
hold on, I got you.
overall worthy career?
Lethal.
Is it?
He has 97.5 sacks.
He's a Houston Texans Hall of Famer.
He's
Houston Texans Hall of Fame.
He's a Houston
you
Texans
talking
Hall of
about?
Famer. What do you mean? That's a great career.
What are you talking about?
JJ Watt has a better career than Mario.
We're talking about literally one of the
JJ Watt, one of the
greatest
greatest
all
defensive
time.
players that ever played football.
That's like comparing him to
JJ
LT.
Watt will go down as is in Houston's Hall of Fame before Mario Williams.
That's
Well,
like
yeah,
saying
you're talking
that's like
about
saying
a guy
that's like saying Booker T's not a great wrestler because he wasn't Shawn Michaels.
Come on, man.
Come on, dog. What are you
Can't
talking
move
about?
the goalpost that much.
That's crazy. You're not the best player ever.
Like, look, I hate Dak Prescott, but I'm not gonna sit up here and be like, yeah, man, I'd much rather have Drew Bledsoe. Like, what are we talking about?
Mario Williams. Mario Williams, that dude played ball. That dude played 100 and
Man,
that
fuck
guy
that.
played-
Give me Quincy Carter.
Bro, name me one time you remember Mario
That's
Williams being that nigga, bro.
No, he's a defensive lineman.
He went to four Pro Bowls. No, he went to 4 Pro Bowls.
He made all pro team 3 times.
About?
He went to 4 Pro
Sue
Bowls.
came out of college balling. JJ Watt came out of college balling. These are defensive linemen, bro. Myles Garrett balling. Joey Bosa balling. Nigga
You're
goes to the ball.
also talking about the best player. Like you're literally talking about people that were the best player in the league at least
Bro,
1 or 2
Mario
years.
Williams, that was what they were saying when they was drafting him. It was either Mario Williams or Reggie Bush for Houston, bro.
If you're first team
And
All
they
Pro, what does
went
that mean?
defense.
If you're first team All Pro, what does that mean? I mean, you're top 2 in your position in the league.
You taking Mario Williams over JJ Watt?
JJ Watt must have been. Let's see who the team was in 2014. I don't know, bro. I'm not a voter.
Hey, hold up. If Mario Williams is ass, is Arian Foster ass too?
Arian Foster went undrafted.
Is he still ass though? Wait, hold up. But only because of his draft position, it's okay.
This is what he's doing, bro. This is what he's doing, bro.
Wait a second. So as long as you're not drafted overall #1, you could be Jamarcus Russell. You could be whoever the
As
hell
long as you
want.
weren't drafted,
You could be Freddie
first
Mitchell,
overall.
Todd Pinson. It
But
don't
get picked in
matter.
the
As long as
7th round, and as long you're better, at least you're better than Mario Williams.
Tom Brady,
Stop this stuff.
you know, Tom Brady, he's a loser. Like he was the #1, and he's the greatest
number
ever.
one. Number one. People wanted other people before they wanted you. That's crazy logic, dog. And now I got to go to 2014 All Pro team.
Hey, now I need to know. Is Tracy McGrady a Hall of Famer?
Oh
Yeah,
my
bro.
god.
Yeah.
He's gonna get
I
in the NFL. Okay, so what is the litmus test, everyone?
I have no idea in the basketball world.
I got you.
Know, bro.
No, you
Like
know,
2-5, no, like
about
2-5 said, like 2-5 said, if you could 2-5 go when it comes to the NBA, he'd be like, you could just it could just come to your head like when you say the person name, yes
Yeah.
or no. When it comes to
No.
NBA. So that's
This
when
is-
you say
I got
Tony
one
Parker's
question.
not in there, so I don't know.
I think
One
I feel
question.
Tony
like
Parker
he-
should 100% be in the Hall of Fame if he's.
100%.
I got one question.
I just don't
Is
know
he
the
better
criteria.
than Chauncey Billups? If he's
Stop
better
it.
than Chauncey
Rashawn.
Billups,
He's
Cut it
in.
out. I'm tired of you disrespecting Chauncey.
if he's
Like,
better than
No,
Chauncey Billups,
He's
he's a
better
Hall
than
of
Chauncey,
Famer.
bro.
Chauncey
Yeah, y'all gotta
Billups
stop
is not a bot.
disrespecting
Why
the
do we
Billups,
act
bro.
like he's a bot?
Once
He's definitely
Chauncey,
a paid
once
agent.
Chauncey got in there, that became my litmus test.
Yeah, the floodgates open up after that.
That's once
So
Chauncey
you
got
feel
in,
like Chauncey Billups should not be in the Hall of Fame?
No,
he shouldn't be in anybody's Hall of Fame.
Why? He's a Finals MVP. He's an
He
NBA
should be in his
champion.
family. He should be. You know what he should be? He should be in his family Hall of Fame.
He got a ring.
Hey, Rashawn, what did Chauncey do to you?
He didn't do anything to me.
he was a journeyman his half his
Chauncey
career. He
played
went to
for
Detroit.
77 teams.
Literally, he
So
was a
did
journeyman
LeBron.
his whole career. It's
No,
like
LeBron didn't. LeBron played for 4 teams.
it's like Rich Gannon, fam. Like we're not gonna put Rich Gannon in the Hall of Fame because he had a great year with Oakland and won MVP.
Well, that's because literally after that year, like, where's Rich Gannon? Like, we don't even.
Hold on.
That's what I'm
Hold on.
saying.
I
Like
got you.
Chauncey had that year with the
Hold on.
Pistons. He left to go to Denver. It's like, what happened? He went right back to the journeyman.
Hold on, Basketball Hall of Fame. Let's look and see.
Let's see Chauncey Billups stats.
I remember when y'all first said that niggas on Hall of Fame. I was like, what was that?
Dog.
How did I miss that shit?
And I don't feel, and I don't got no A-Rod hate towards Chauncey. I really don't.
That's what it
Okay.
sounds like.
So Chauncey, so somebody tell me the most points Chauncey Billups ever averaged in a season, y'all.
25.
18 points.
25.
25. What?
18.
What
the
year
fuck
you
was I
think
at?
Chauncey Billups?
Damn, like you just said one guy.
Chauncey had 25.
That's too high for a nigga.
Way
Chauncey
too
might have
high.
scored. Chauncey might have scored 25 4 times in his career.
I got 19 points.
19.5 is the highest he's ever scored in the season. That's the highest he's ever
Averaging.
Oh, I said
Average
18. It was 19. Okay, all right.
His best year, he averaged 19.5 3-point run, rebounds, and 5.6 assists. This is your Hall of Famer.
But he was sweet
He
though.
said his best year he averaged how many assists?
It's 5.6.
He was sweet
This
though.
is Chauncey
Hey,
Billups.
look, y'all gonna laugh
Sweet
though.
though.
His numbers are better than Pippen's.
Chauncey was sweet though.
Chauncey Billups has a championship though.
But Chauncey.
So does Mark Manson.
I don't care. I don't think
So
I
does
feel
Mark
how-
Manson. He got 3 of them. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Are you taking
Danny Green
Rondo
has the
over
championship,
Chauncey?
y'all.
Are you taking Rondo over Chauncey?
Hell
Yes.
no. I mean, yes. My bad.
Yes.
I heard the question wrong.
Yeah,
I heard it wong. I heard it wrong. as shit.
Wait. And wait.
Rondo over
And guess
Chauncey.
what? Lethal. And guess what? one, I'm taking Rondo over Chauncey, and two, Rondo's never been the number one scoring option on any team he's ever been on.
Hey,
Chauncey
Rashawn, I don't think
was.
Chauncey Billups is a Hall of Famer, bro.
He's not.
Thank you.
He's not.
No, I'm saying I don't think he is a Hall of Famer. Like I'm looking at the
No, he's in the Hall of Fame, bro.
as what?
He's a Hall of Famer.
As a basketball player.
We looked it up. We looked it up before he's in the Hall of Fame.
What Hall of Fame are you looking at?
He's in the
I'm
Naismith
looking
Hall
at
of
all
Fame.
like I'm
Naismith
on hoopball.com, which is the James Naismith Hall of Fame. I'm looking at it right now,
The
and I have
Hall of-
31.
No, dog, that's not. No, dog. Chauncey
Oh.
Billups is the Hall of Famer, dog.
Oh wait, my bad. Yeah, basketball
No,
Hall
no,
of Fame. Look, no, I'm looking at 31 point guards in the Basketball Hall of Fame,
Chauncey Billups.
and I don't see Chauncey on here at all, unless
Chauncey
I
Billups
just
is the Hall of
don't know
Famer,
what this
dog.
nigga look
I
like.
watched that lame Hall of Fame speech, bro. Chauncey Billups in the Hall of Fame.
Mm. Lord have mercy.
Why is he not on this list? I'm getting pissed.
Because you're looking at a terrible site.
Shadow ban this fucking ass. Get him out of here.
Hold on. Billups.
Shit.
Chauncey Billups.
Let me look up Billups real quick. Oh, I spelled his name wrong. Whoops.
Whoopsie. Cups, you got another list for us?
Oh, you absolutely know.
Let's go.
Shit. All right, Rajon. He came
I
up.
told
No,
you,
that-
dog, he's in the Hall of Fame.
Look, can we laugh real
I
quick?
thought he
though?
was. I thought he was looking
Can
something.
we laugh real quick? Yo,
That dude's
last
terrible.
time I think it might have been a couple pods ago, bro. AD had me crying laughing. We was trying to do the list. This nigga will not let you do that shit. Yo,
Oh, I heard. I was on that night. I heard about that, though.
that shit was so fucking hilarious.
Y'all
Cuz was so
linebackers,
patient
right?
with the nigga, like, he was like, all right, go ahead. He's like, no, I'm trying to tell y'all, man. I was like, dog, you acting like me today? What the fuck is wrong with you, nigga?
Y'all was in the linebackers list, right?
Yeah, it was right. It was a good list too. We couldn't get through that shit to save our
Hey,
life.
bro.
That shit was so
Hey,
funny.
nah, Rez. You gotta put respect on his name, dog. We talking about 5-time All-Star,
Oh,
2-time
Lord.
All-Defense,
Oh, my God.
3-time All
Who did he ever
NBA.
shut down?
In 2010, USA basketball
Bronze medalist.
Runner up?
veteran leader.
Veteran leader.
Bronze medalist.
They put the veteran leader on that shit.
Chauncey
Bronze
Billups.
medalist, veteran leader. Don't even introduce me, gang. Like bronze medalist, veteran leader.
That's
Wait.
like telling me. That's like
Wait.
introducing me as the Walter Payton
Wait,
man of the
nah.
year.
Yes, exactly what it is.
That's exactly
Walter
what
Payton
I
Man
would
of the
rather
Year
be the
award
Walter
winner.
Payton Man of the
Hey, yo,
Year
hey, Elito,
than a veteran leader.
and not even the winner of the
Kickball
Walter Payton
champion.
Award. Like you were the team final.
Yeah. nominee.
nominee.
Kickball champion.
A Walter Payton
Top
nominee.
75.
He's
Nah,
a
Top
good,
veteran
bro.
75.
leader.
He was on the
100.
Boston Celtics, the Denver Nuggets, the LA Clippers, Minnesota
That dude played for
Timberwolves,
everybody, man.
Everybody, there's a
New
journeyman.
York Knickerbockers,
For everybody. He played for everybody,
and the
dog.
Toronto Raptors.
Look,
and of course,
Billups for the Knicks was sweet, bro. Billups on the Knicks was sweet, bro.
Those played for the Knicks 1 year.
and he was sweet.
he also was a. Don't forget, he was on that phenomenal team as a as a Denver Nugget. You know, what I'm saying him, AI, Carmelo, they all won a
Yeah, bro.
championship in
With
another life.
JR and the Birdman.
Yeah, the Birdman.
You know what I mean?
Hey, Birdman redeemed himself in Miami.
He did,
So
though.
did.
He definitely did.
Gallinari. Come on now, bro.
Motherfucker at, man. He out here.
Gallinari.
Damn.
Bro, that Nugget team was sweet.
All right, fellas. I think this one gonna be a little challenging for y'all, but I'll let it go. All right. Since let's make it fun. Yeah, since 2000, the people who led the league in receiving touchdowns.
Terrell Owens.
We got Terrell Owens for 2 seasons, 2001, 2002.
There's Brian.
Randy Moss.
Des Bryant in 2014. You said
Randy
who?
Orton.
You said Randy Orton. Randy Moss. Well, actually, Terrell Owens has 3 seasons. 2006 with the Cowboys, and then 01 and 02 with the 49ers. Randy Moss, 07 and 03 and 2000.
Torrey Holt or Isaac Bruce, one of them two.
Torrey Holt
Big game.
is not on
Nope,
this list.
I don't think there's one on the list.
Yeah, I don't think either one probably. Larry Fitzgerald.
Isaac Bruce not on here either. Larry Fitzgerald shared it with Calvin Johnson in 2008,
Okay.
and Larry Fitzgerald, Vernon Davis and Randy Moss shared it in 2009.
Okay, there
Shout
we
out to
go.
Vernon Davis though.
Shout out to Larry. Shout out to Vernon Davis.
Yeah, shout out to Vernon Davis. I didn't know he was on the list. Okay.
Who else?
And Alex, you definitely got that right. Rob Gronkowski got the touchdown title in 2011
Rob.
with 17.
What about my
Rob.
boy Gonzalez? What's his name? Tony.
Tony Gonzalez never led the league in touchdown grabs.
Antonio Gates.
Antonio Gates never led the league in touchdown grabs. But another tight end did.
Oh, it's Kelsey.
Kelsey.
No.
Jermichael Finley.
No.
Unk.
What's that nigga name from Denver?
Went to the U. Played for the U.
Oh, Jeremy Shock?
No.
Keller Winslow Jr.
No.
Jesus.
Basketball player.
Antonio Gates.
Jimmy Graham.
No.
Jimmy Graham
led the league in touchdown receptions in 2013.
Yeah, I forgot about that year. That was dope. Man, who else though?
You want to take a shot? Bayou Naptown.
Marvel on that joint.
Marvin Harrison, lame ass.
Marvin Harrison in 2005.
Don't disrespect. Don't
He
disrespect.
He wanted to be T.O. and Randy Moss so bad.
No, he wanted to be him. He wanted to be him. He ain't no diva. Marvin was no diva.
There was a Bayou Bengal in 2010.
Who, Chad? Oh, you said a Bayou Bengal.
Shit. In 2010, who the hell was on the Bengals? Oh, AJ Green.
A Bayou boy. No, a LSU Tiger, LSU Bayou Bengal.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Hold on. No. I know it.
Chris Henry?
No, I know it, guy.
I don't know.
2010. What team was he on? Professionally.
It's gonna be too easy.
2010.
But it's crazy though, because I think the very next year this team failed to throw a touchdown to a wide receiver.
Oh, I know he's talking about Dwayne Bowe.
My nigga Dwayne Bowe.
What team was that?
The Chiefs, the lethal bag.
Yeah, bro. Because I remember the Chiefs. The Chiefs was the only team
catches
with Alex Smith that year, bro, that did not throw a single touchdown to a receiver.
That shit was nasty, dog. He was checking that shit every 2 seconds.
All right. In 2015, there was a 3-way tie between a Seattle Seahawk, a Jacksonville Jaguar, and a New York Football Jet.
Jet. Never mind.
Devontae Adams, yes. Alex Austin has 2 seasons, 2020 and 2022.
I forgot about Tay.
Shout out to Alex.
Doug Baldwin,
2015.
Okay.
14 receiving touchdowns. There were 2 other players. One was a Jacksonville Jaguar. The other was a Jet.
Damn.
I have no idea.
is the Jet Eric Decker?
No.
Damn.
I didn't watch football in that time. That's why. I stopped watching football.
But he was also a Bronco.
Brandon Marshall.
Brandon Marshall was the Jet.
Wow, I did not know that.
The Jaguar was also a Chicago Bear.
Damn, I don't know.
Hold on, no, I got this. I know this. Hold on.
2015. Then he went to Chicago.
Shot time.
Hold on. I got it. Hold on. It's in my brain, bro. Hold on.
Went to Penn State.
Saquon Barkley.
Jerry Rice. No.
Alice got it.
Allen Robinson. Damn. Why not?
Allen Robinson. God dog it.
In 2012, it was a Green Bay Packer.
Jordy
Nelson.
Jordy Nelson was in 2016 with 14 touchdowns.
Oh,
This is
Greg
2012.
Jennings.
We call him the hoodie.
Oh, James
Jones.
Jones.
I was about to say, was it James Jones?
Shout out my nigga James Jones.
I was going to say that, but I was like, nah.
Yeah.
He fucked niggas up that year, though.
Bro, Hoodie Jones? Hoodie
bro.
Jones? Come on.
Hoodie
bro.
Jones.
Did he ever say why he wore a hoodie?
Cause it made
Bro,
him
I think he was
sweet.
just like it was like
He was
fashion. Yeah,
He
balling.
never
that
took
shit
it
was
off.
straight. That shit was hard, bro. That
He
shit was
never took that
hard,
shit
bro.
off. He said, "Fuck, I'm keeping this shit on, yo."
Yeah, bro. The hood was definitely hard for sure.
I used to be like, "Yo, why he got the hoodie on? That shit fire
That shit
though."
was sweet, bro. For out of all the players I watched play football, bro, he made the hoodie joint look sweet as a bitch. I wish niggas do that more, bro. Play with the hoodie,
Yeah,
bro.
real shit though.
2004, this Carolina Panther led the league in touchdowns with 16.
Steve Smith.
No.
Musa Muhammad.
Mushin Muhammad.
Shout out to Michigan.
Okay, Moose. Big
Shout out to
Moose.
Michigan. You know what I'm saying?
In 2017, this Houston Texan led the league with 13 receiving touchdowns.
D-Hop.
In 2018, this wide receiver led the league with 15 receiving touchdowns.
2018. Julio.
In 2018, it was not. When did Julio Jones ever have more than 6 touchdowns in the season? I think the most he got was 8 one time.
Overrated as hell.
No, he stayed dropping touchdown pass. Like, yo, this nigga Julio, wow.
He overrated, bro, for real.
Overrated is tough.
Hey, it is what it is, dog. He can get you yards, but he can't win you a game.
Yeah, I agree with Jack on that one.
2018. Damn. 2018. Who was getting off in 2018?
It's like
Alshon
any clues that I give you is gonna be. He was in the AFC North.
2018.
Sorry,
2018, he was in the AFC North. I know Alex. No,
He a Bengal?
he is not a Bengal.
Oh, AB.
Antonio Brown.
How about
Y'all
say
not gonna get the one for 2019.
Hell yeah. I bet you I can, bro.
Who?
Because it's gonna be it's Kenny Galladay, right?
This nigga, no lethal bag. Don't fuck with that nigga. He told you.
Bag is in full effect tonight.
That nigga said he gonna kill the other. I know this shit. I'm like, damn.
No, it's Golden Tate. It's Golden Tate.
No, it was Kenny Galladay with 11.
Let's go. That's what I say. Y'all nigga know my shit. Nigga, stop
Crazy.
playing with me.
What the fuck?
Stop playing with me, nigga.
In 2021, this is a
That shit,
giveaway. This player won the Triple Crown.
Oh,
Let's go.
super easy.
In 2023, these two Florida receivers led the league in touchdowns with 13.
You said who?
Florida receivers, two Florida receivers.
Florida had receivers other than Percy Harvin?
No, my bad, not the college, like the states that their NFL team is from.
What year is this? 2013? 2023?
2023. So not this season, the season
The
before.
past season. Yes, season past.
They play in Florida.
Jacksonville, Florida.
Hey, yo, this
No.
nigga really wore a hoodie in the game. It's crazy.
Also
Alex
said
Lawson.
Mike Evans and Tyreek Hill.
All right. Who are we missing? Oh, and this past season, 17 receiving touchdowns. Most recent season that just ended.
That's Chase because you got the Triple Crown.
Hell yeah. So yep, that was the most receiving touchdowns. I think we got time for one more. I do like this one because it gives a time stamp, and the time stamp always helps us clarify the eras. So this is the one how we gonna finish off. Let's go. There's about 6 tiers, so that means there's about 3, 6, 9, 12, almost maybe 20, 25 names.
All right, word.
Best running backs since 2000.
Best?
Wait. Running back, one more time.
Best running back since 2000.
Oh, so you got Derrick Henry, Saquon, CMC.
Derrick Henry is tier 2. CMC tier 3. Yeah,
Wow.
bro, tier 2.
Big Derrick, not
Marshall Falk?
Marshall Falk is tier 3.
Hmm.
And we're naming the best running back since when?
2000.
2000.
Sean Alexander on there.
Sean
Sean Alexander is tier 2.
Marshall
Tier
Falk,
one then.
Edrin
Damn.
James.
Edrin James,
Edrin
Eddie
James is tier
George.
3.
Adrian Peterson.
Adrian Peterson is tier 1.
But he better be tier 1, goddamn it.
Eddie George.
Eddie George is tier. I don't see him on here.
Damn.
Oh, they
Steven
wildin'.
Jones. I mean Steven Jackson.
They wildin'.
Steven Jackson is Todd Gurley is tier 5 out of 6.
What? You said Todd Gurley is what?
Tier
5 out of 6.
Oh, hell no. They
And
wildin'.
Steven Jackson is tier 3.
What about Zeke?
He
Ezekiel
gotta be on
Elliott.
Give me Warwick Dunn.
Warwick Dunn is tier 6 out of 6.
Let's go,
Damn.
nigga.
And you said Zeke is tier 5.
Word.
Give me JT. JT on that list?
No.
That's a shame.
Well,
Bro, they
Shady
need to stop
McCoy.
disrespecting my
Shady.
nigga, bro.
My boy Shady definitely on that list.
Shady McCoy is tier 2.
Shady tier 2.
Hey, don't disrespect Hall of
Hey,
Fame Eagle right there.
Hall of Fame Eagle over Brian
This will
Westbrook.
put him at 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah, I'd take
5,
Shady over
6,
Brian
7
Westbrook.
at the number 8th ranked running back since 2000.
Mm.
Deshaun, my dog, Matt Forte, my personal favorite running back from the
Okay.
recent era, is tier 4.
I like that.
Wow.
I like that. I
Oh,
like
what
that.
about
What about Larry
Marion
Johnson?
the Barbarian, Marion Jones?
Marion Jones,
Marion
Marion
Barber.
Barber.
Okay,
Yeah,
Marion
Marion Barber is not on this list.
Marshawn Lynch. Beast
Marshawn
mode.
Lynch is tier 2. He's the number 3 running back since 2000.
What about Larry Johnson? Grandmama.
Oh,
Larry
forgot-
Johnson is not on this list.
Frank Gore. That's a
Yeah.
good one.
Frank
Yeah, that's a good
Gore
one.
is the number 5 running back
Grandmama
since
now on the
2000.
list is crazy.
Okay.
Larry got to run, bro.
Give me
Arian might not be on it. If Grandmama ain't on the list.
Give me goddamn
This nigga made a 7-foot AI. That's crazy.
Curtis Martin or Corey Dillon.
Curtis Martin.
Curtis, my favorite Martin.
Corey Dillon, boy, I forgot about him.
Curtis Martin is tier 5.
Mm.
CJ2K is tier 2.
Oh, Chris
He
Johnson. I
is the
forgot about
number
Chris Johnson.
7 running back.
I like that. I like that.
You ever say
Oh,
Jamal Charles?
Jamal Anderson.
Jamal Charles is tier 4. You said Anderson?
What was his name?
You mean Lewis?
There we go.
Jamal Lewis is tier 3
Mm.
of all tiers.
Tiki Barber.
Tiki Barber is tier 4. He's right after Matt Forte.
Tiki Barber's a good name on
LT,
that.
LT,
Brandon
LT.
Brandon
LaDainian
Jacobs.
Thompson.
LaDainian Tomlinson is the number 1 running back.
I'm about to say he got to be number 1.
Number 1? I
LT,
never was an
who's
LT
better
guy,
than LT?
man.
Who's better than LT?
I never was an LT guy.
You want never a LaDainian type guy, bro? LaDainian
Nah.
is sweet.
I feel like he just ran against bad teams.
Damn. I like the LT, bro.
Like no
Yeah.
playoff success at all. Like he never made a play in the playoffs at all.
They got smacked by the Patriots the one year they were supposed to go crazy.
And he was on a bike.
Like you,
He
like,
was
what
on
highlight
the
have we
bike.
seen of Danny in the playoffs? Like he
He was
was
on the bike.
hurt. It does not. He just never. I would say probably Sean Alexander over him for me.
Nah, I ain't taking. I'm taking LT over Sean, bro.
John
I'm sorry.
Alexander used to go crazy.
Sean used to go crazy, bro.
That 37 still look ugly as a bitch for a running back, bro. I'm sorry.
The jersey made it sweet though. That's one reason why I fuck
They
with
should have beat. They should have beat Pittsburgh that year.
it. Yeah, for
Priest
real.
Oh, Jerome
Holmes.
Bettis.
I like that. He is tier 4. Jerome Bettis is not on this list.
Really? Damn, not the bus?
But there is another Steeler on the list.
Oh,
No.
Le'Veon.
Le'Veon Bell,
I'm about to
tier
say
5.
Le'Veon Bell.
The patience.
Le'Veon.
There's an Eagle on the list. There's another Eagle outside of
Brian
Shady.
Brian Westbrook.
Brian Westbrook.
Is DeMarco Murray on that list?
DeMarco Murray, tier 6.
Wow, they shit on my nigga DeMarco.
He was a trash can Eagle, dog.
DeMarco. They
Play
shit on my nigga, dog.
Played us. Went to the Cowboys. Did great. Came to the Eagles. Like, yeah, double agent.
Yeah, he definitely was
Double
double agent
agent, not
for y'all. He was a double triple agent for y'all, nigga. I was like,
Alex
oh yeah.
said Ricky Williams.
Ooh, I was like, yo, I'm like, yes. Ooh, man.
Ricky
Oh,
Williams
that
is
motherfucker
tier
don't do
4.
shit for real.
Tier 4 Ricky. Okay.
Ricky Williams?
Yeah, tier 4.
Saints
Okay.
Wiki.
All right.
Oh,
some of these
you-
older guys. This
Oh,
older
Reggie
guy
Bush.
was
Reggie Bush.
Reggie Bush is not on this list. We
Good.
got two of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh,
Oh,
Maurice Jones-Drew?
Fred and
And
Drew.
Maurice Jones-Drew.
Yep,
Fred and
Drew.
Maurice.
The bowling ball.
My favorite running back, Maurice Jones-Drew. That nigga gonna get
Yeah.
you some yards, boy.
I
I
fuck
like
with the bowling ball too.
I actually like Fred over Maurice for real, bro.
MJ dog.
Again, I'm gonna tell you who I fuck with, bro. The law firm, bro.
Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis.
Jarvis Green Ellis, dog.
Bro, what? What?
Bro, he was productive.
Well,
Bro,
speaking
give
of
me
Green Ellis,
LeGarrette Blunt over Green Ellis, bro.
No, but the law firm.
I don't
bro.
like LeGarrette Blunt.
Give me the
bro.
law firm, bro.
Bro,
speaking of Green
What
Ellis,
about Brandon Jacobs?
ain't nobody want to
No.
I said
hit
Brandon
that blunt,
Oh, you
nigga.
did my bad.
But he's not on the list, I don't think.
Nah.
he's not.
Brandon Jacobs, he was one of the first big running backs to get love.
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah, real
But
talk.
He made it okay to be over 6 foot and be a running back.
this running back started in Cincinnati, and then he went to the Patriots in the early 2000s.
Jeremy Hill.
Corey
That was
Dillon.
Corey Dillon.
I thought, yeah, I
Corey
said Dillon.
Dillon, tier 4. Thomas Jones, Alex Austin, tier
What
6.
about his brother?
Cedric Benson.
Thomas
Julius
Jones is a
Jones
good
and
name.
Cedric Benson is not on this
Shout out
list.
to Alex on that one. That's a good name, Thomas Jones.
Julius
Damn.
Jones to me was better than Thomas.
There is another Packer on this list.
Eddie Lacy.
No,
Amon Green?
Amon,
Amon
yeah.
Green, tier 6.
Mm.
There is
Ryan Matthews on that list?
I don't know how nobody said the dude who be wearing all the costumes after the
Clinton Portis.
presser.
Clinton Portis.
Clinton Portis, tier 3.
Ooh, okay,
Because
CP.
Clinton Portis was the greatest running back that you never heard from ever again. Like he really
He
got
had
off
like a
the
couple good seasons.
man
And I
off.
was like, damn.
And he played for the Redskins, and nobody likes the Redskins.
He started as a Bronco, though. He got off as a Bronco when he got drafted by
He
Broncos.
was nice with the Broncos, though. Good lord.
Yeah, nobody likes the Redskins. That's why. When you retire a Redskin, nobody gives a damn about you, James
Nah,
Campbell.
they don't. They don't give a shit about you. The Redskins just signed Michael Gallup. I was like, yo, why? What?
All right, we got a couple more names. I'm gonna just go ahead and breeze y'all through this, John. This one person was a Carolina Panther, then he became a Pittsburgh Steeler.
D'Angelo Williams.
Hines Award.
D'Angelo Williams, tier 6. This
Yeah, I
player
Forgot about
went to
D'Angelo.
Alabama and then was a New Orleans Saint.
Mark Ingram.
Mark Ingram.
Mark Ingram, tier 6. This person had the most total touchdowns, I believe, as a running back a couple seasons ago.
Not CMC.
He was a Charger.
Williams, Jamal Williams.
No,
Hurts, not Ertz.
he was a Charger.
Michael Burner.
No,
his name is like E something.
Oh, Austin Eckler.
Austin Eckler, tier 6.
I would have put
it's
Melvin Gordon
E.
on that bitch.
Yeah, Melvin Gordon.
over
Austin
Eckler.
Melvin Gordon used to get off, too.
Melvin Gordon was a dog that just died. He went to the
You
Broncos.
heard Jack. He said he was a dog that just died.
He went to the Broncos and them dreads was like, yeah, not shifty.
Hey, I'm about to steal that shit. He said my nigga was a dog who just died. Like, niggas like, yeah,
This
damn.
other player is a Cleveland Brown.
That's
Chubb.
crazy.
Nick Chubb, tier
Nick Chubb.
5. We have a this player played for Penn State and was drafted to the New York Giants.
Oh man.
Number 2 overall.
As a running back?
Yes.
Saquon
Barkley, tier 5.
Mm.
This player went to Tennessee and was drafted to the Saints.
Kamara.
Alvin Kamara, tier 5. And
Forgot
that
about Kamara.
is how we end this list. Oh, wait, no. This one person, tier 3. Oh, I think we said him already, though. But just to make sure, he went to Stanford and was drafted to the Carolina Panthers.
CMC.
CMC.
CMC, for sure. So that's how we're going to close that John out, man. We appreciate everybody who came through the smoke with the gang tonight, man. Make sure y'all definitely come through tomorrow night, Friday night, Smoke Fest, same time, same place, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Be there, be square, put that smoke in the air. You already know I had the gang with me, Radical Jack, Bird Gang Jack, Cactus Jack representing on the ones and twos. You already know I had my dog Bleed Blue for the shoe. Nap Nation, what it do, Jay Lethal in the motherfucking building. You already know he goes by many names, but we call him the one Mike. Cowboy Mike, DJ Mike P, Dakota Mike,
AKA
the
Eggman.
motherfucking building.
That's crazy.
Throw the motherfucking foes up. Throw the motherfucking foes up.
Oh
You know what
man.
I'm saying? And I am Styrofoam Ralph. Like I said, y'all can catch us tomorrow night, same time, same place, 7 p.m. for the Friday night smoke fest. We rolling the windows down. We letting the smoke out, man. We love y'all so much. And above all else,
Fuck Aaron Rodgers.
Wow.
fuck Aaron Rodgers.
Wow.